USA, USA, USA.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey.
Why?
Let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink!
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this feel-good Friday, January 2nd, 2026. This program starts now.
Football
Is the greatest. Saying 2026 felt weird there.
Whoa. Yeah.
But we're here. Happy New Year. We can't thank you enough for allowing us to do this for another full trip around the sun. 2025 was obviously fantastic. New Year's Eve, it was an honor to be down there in Jerry World, and congratulations to the Miami Hurricanes. Big physical win over the Ohio State Buckeyes. They advance, obviously, to take on who? Well, the winner of Ole Miss in Georgia. Well, congratulations to Ole Miss getting a huge win over Georgia. Obviously, what Golding is doing down there is the head coach, the man who was tasked with taking over a franchise, a program that was in complete disarray but had a phenomenal football team with potential exits happening both from the coaching staff and the locker room. This dude's been able to keep everybody on the same page. Congratulations to Winadad and this Ole Miss team getting a huge win over Georgia. Gunnar Stockton really couldn't get much going through the sky, was great on the ground. This was a thriller, and their kicker hits from 55, 56, and then a game-winning 47-yarder. What an absolute stud. Congrats to Ole Miss. What a beautiful story. Now, speaking of beautiful stories, the Indiana Hoosiers just absolutely smacking Alabama around at the Rose Bowl with Curt Cignetti, Fernando Mendoza, and a group of boys and lads that would consider themselves as misfits and cast-offs who've come to Bloomington, Indiana, and created a football program from absolutely nothing. Whenever you talk about Indiana, you usually talk about the basketball team. You talk about the stripes on the pants. You talk about maybe a March Madness run. Now, that hasn't happened in a long time either, but you know them for Bob Knight and football. Then Curt Cignetti comes to town, starts talking his shit, gets everybody to buy in, has President Pam Whitten on his side saying, whatever you need, however you need it, let's go ahead and do it. And they quickly go from a nothing to a powerhouse. Number one team in the country, played just as such, and they get a dominant win right in front of us. And Connor, who is a die-hard IU Hoosier football fan.
Day one.
Just because, I think actually, Day one of the Cignetti era.
Day one of Sig.
Yeah, Boston Connor becomes an IU fan. So for Becker, this guy who was saw action in, I think, 3 games prior to the Rose Bowl, had 2 during the regular season, I think, then the Big Ten Championship, and then now in the Rose Bowl goes absolutely ham. You got Cooper Jr. and Surratt still. You got Hemby in the backfield. You got the Heisman, and then you got an offensive line where the center won the offensive player of the game for the Rose Bowl. Whenever you then go to the defensive side, thumping Alabama. Cracked a rib right there is what's being reported for Ty Simpson. That was Pons who caused the fumble. And absolutely devastating strike right to the back that ejects the football from Ty Simpson. Indiana would obviously recover, go score, and then they would just continue to pile it on. So much so that Fernando Mendoza's little brother, Alberto Mendoza, actually got in the game. The starters were rested. Cignetti was smiling on the sideline for the first time. And this Indiana Hoosiers team is excited for a rematch against the Oregon Ducks down there in Atlanta. So Oregon, Indiana battling. Oregon beats Texas Tech, by the way. Texas Tech, great story.
Good season.
Good people.
Great season, great people. We don't think they're going anywhere. Okay, we do not want to say that they were a bad team or had a bad season because they didn't score a point against Oregon and it didn't work out. To be fair, Indiana was the only team and is the only team that had a first-round bye, and has won in that second week. That's been a tough thing for a lot of college football teams to do, all the college football teams to do, except for Indiana. So whenever you talk about the Oregon Ducks, they beat JMU, then they blank Texas Tech, and now they got to run into a red-hot Indiana team down there at the Peach Bowl, and then out there in the desert, you got Miami. Tough team.
Tough team.
Tough team.
Strapping young lads.
I mean, they are
A lot of sandpaper.
A lot of jam.
a lot of grit. Yeah, sandpaper jam and grit. Tenacity, a ruthlessness, a savageness. I mean, everything that Mario Cristobal wants his team to be, they are. And you see it every single play. There was a tackle made where the form was actually dolphin dive, top of helmet, to jaw in the second half. And the ref said, nah, let the boys play.
Good hit.
Play on.
Let the boys play. They're a physical team. Ole Miss, you got to be one of the mentally toughest teams that ever exist to go through everything that they're going through. And we don't know Golding that well. Okay, obviously we know what people have said about Golding, but all I know is all he's done is manage a team in the most difficult situation, I don't want to say of all time because I don't know the sport in its entirety for 100+ years or whatever.
Recent memory.
In the CFP era.
And boom, they beat Georgia. Boom, they beat the hell out of Tulane. Boom, a coach left to go win a national championship somewhere else. Well, we're in the semifinals for the national championship right now, and our quarterback and our defense look phenomenal. College football playoffs, I know there's been a couple blowouts. I know there's been some teams, obviously, that people didn't think that should get in. It has been fantastic. And maybe we're a little biased because we're on the sideline. Hands up, that's on us.
Yeah.
It is so much fun. Thank you to college football for what they did for New Year's Eve, for New Year's Day, what they're going to do next Thursday, next Friday. I mean, this is spectacular, and the best 4 teams, the most physical 4 teams, have made it to the semifinals, and we love that. The Toxic Table's here at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. Con man, I love the non-biasness right there. You got the Mendoza shirt on. Just, hey, I was there, just want to talk about it. Rose Bowl hat. It was beautiful out there. Feels like the football gods kind of blessed us, but not just with the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, this entire college football playoff thus far.
Yeah, it's been incredible. I mean, look at those 4 teams. Going into the year, there's no way in hell any of those 4, I guess maybe Oregon, but Oregon, Indiana, Ole Miss never have won a national championship. Miami hasn't won since 2001. Like, it is very much so, hey, this is the first time ever one of these teams probably is going to win a natty, or Miami, one of the most iconic, brands in all of college football, is going to be all the way back. Like, we've done it before with Texas and Miami. Like, they're back. This would be a big time, holy hell, Miami is actually the Miami of old. Michael Irvin, Edgerrin James, Andre Johnson, Ray Lewis, all those guys on the sideline, that entire era. But it is kind of like the NFL too. It's just a bunch of new teams at the top, and the cool part about the NIL era, like a lot of teams at home, Texas Tech being one of them, they're probably looking at it like, hey, there's no reason we won't be back here next year. Look at what Indiana just did. That's exactly what we can do, and it's just a magical time of year for football.
And I think they got it right here. The Big Ten will definitely have a representation in the national championship.
As they should.
Obviously, Indiana's taking on Oregon, but a lot of the stats and the records and everything that are coming out, obviously Ole Miss has a chance to continue to go and represent for them, but The SEC overall in bowl time, well, we got a lot of opt-outs, you know?
Uh-oh.
It's like you're the only teams dealing with that? SEC, not great. No. Big Ten, basically peacocking right now about who they are. In Indiana doing what they did to Alabama, huge. And not in the college football playoff, Iowa, who nobody talked about making a playoff. Nobody talked about having any Heisman. Nobody talked about anything. They beat Vandy, obviously, in the bowl game, but that's not the only one. The Big Ten has kind of been, the North has been kind of running college ball here for a little bit, and I think people are starting to acknowledge that, not just above the Mason-Dixon line, but also below it.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be, the third year in a row that the Big Ten will have, they've obviously won the last 2 national championships, and listen, I'm a Big Ten guy, so I don't want to just be a homer, but they're going to win a 3rd national championship this year, whether it's Indiana or Oregon.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Hey, could you imagine Ole Miss? They have a chance. That Trinidad dude.
That story.
So good.
That story is incredible. If they were, I didn't think there was any way they'd be able to all go like this. Transfer portal open today. Okay, everybody that is potentially leaving Ole Miss to go to LSU or to go anywhere else, today they would have to get out and say. So for last night, for that game to happen, when there isn't a way to be distracted, to be able to beat Georgia. I mean, it was just, that's insane. And then this Miami Hurricanes team, they might be team of destiny right
Unbelievable.
now. So to your point,
But that's,
Big Ten definitely has a representative in the national championship.
Right.
And certainly Indiana looks like the best team in all of football right now. But it's like the Big Ten, once these numbers start adding up and once these years start adding up, it's going to be like.
it's kind of indisputable.
When the NIL era kind of came in and all the teams from the North, all the non-football nerds that go to all these schools are in the North who get these business jobs or these equity jobs or whatever other businesses they start, all of a sudden they're all like, wait, we can help the football team? Yes, how can you do that? You give us $500,000, you give us $750,000. They're like, I would love that. Never been able to be a part of this football team. Would like to be a part of the sports program. In the North has a lot of teams that are. Indiana didn't even have a football program. We have on good information that $2 million was donated to the football team from a very famous alum last week. Another $1 million was donated. You win the Rose Bowl like that, another one comes. It's like
Alumni Network.
Yeah, the largest alumni
800,000.
network in America. It's like these northern schools have a lot of people with a lot. I'm not saying the South doesn't. Obviously, you got, I think, Tim Apples from Auburn. Like, there is a lot of people that have money in the South. I'm not saying that. But whenever you talk about people who have the ability to give up $150,000, $250,000 at these northern schools, state schools, whatever it is, it's like they got a lot of those people. If there's a little bit of success, they're going to keep going. It feels like that's what we're seeing across college football in this NIL era.
Well, and I think that's what a lot of people who are either fans of Big Ten teams or who went to Big Ten schools kind of took umbrage with, like, it's just different down here. Is like, it's different in the Big Ten too. It is like those are rabid fan bases, and it's not just Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State. Like, there are, a lot of those teams, if they have the means, like, and you go look at it, like, there are people willing to donate to football and to athletics because they love the Big Ten. But what I was going to say to your point about, and I tweeted it after the Miami game, that they felt like a team of destiny. Very rarely do we get it. Almost feels like all 4 of these teams kind of have that team of destiny feel. Like Miami on the doorstep, almost didn't get in. Ole Miss, we just talked about everything that's happened with them. Oregon, number 1 seed last year, get embarrassed in the first round and then have a close one against JMU. And then obviously Indiana speaks for itself. Like, very rarely do you get the final 4 teams where if you're not a fan of any one of them, you can kind of talk yourself into being like, you know what, I'd be happy to see any of these 4 teams win the national championship.
Yeah, congrats to these 4 squads. Congrats to college football, too.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people calling for it's, like it's going to end, it's going to end. And I think there is a lot of problems that need to be figured out, because when you're winning in anything and you're not doing it in a good, sound way, it's going to catch up to you at some point. That's in any business. That's in any situation. That's for sports for sure. Whenever you win, but you're not doing it the right way, the winning is kind of covering up all the bad stuff. And then inevitably, the bad stuff's going to get you. That's what everybody's kind of saying about the underbelly of college football. It's like, hey, winning right now, ratings, better than they've ever been. More eyes, more storylines, more drama, clear-cut number 2 sport in America right now. There's more everything about college football, but it's built on a house of cards, is what everybody's saying, because all this shit can't keep up with itself. It's like if they're able to figure that out, which is going to be very difficult, feels like Nick Saban is very invested. Every week he has a new, we need to do this, we need to do this. It's like, wait, are you sure you don't want to do this? There's a lot to sign up for. All right, I retired. I don't have time to be able to do it. But he's definitely sitting in his office typing up ways and ideas that he has. So I think there's enough of those types of people who are trying to figure it out, but they need to get all that fixed so that we can continue to see this incredible thing just continue to thrive, because college football is special, man. We're out there in a Rose Bowl. You got people from Indiana that never thought in a million years they'd be able to get out there and watch their team do their thing, and numbers are coming out. 56,000 Hoosiers fans traveled out to the Rose Bowl. This is what's being reported by Chase Parham. Stadium capacities for the 4 teams left in college football. Ole Miss, 68,000. Oh, this is the stadiums as a whole. I'm sorry, not the people that traveled out there. 64,000 Miami, 60,000 Oregon. Indiana, 56,000. This is the stadiums in which they currently play in. And the thing about Autzen, I think they're adding on to that out there in Oregon. But Indiana, they're in the middle of trying to build a real stadium. Yeah. Like they added on tents for suites on the field to get more money capable from the donor. Because the donors are like, well, what can we get? What can we do? And they're like, we got these field level suites. They're like, what do they look like? Well, they're really cool.
Graduation tent.
Yeah, they're great. They start putting these
They're
things
on the
up.
field.
You're on the field. They did. They literally put up tents to put down there. They're nice. I'm not saying they're like ass tents. I'm saying like they're very nice tents, but they're like building these suites in real time because they understand what they have. And I can't go back to it enough. Like having the president, Pam Whitten's her name, she was at Georgia and she watched what the football team did for the university. And I think the same thing happened in Alabama whenever Saban was there. I think Saban and the president and the school were like, hey, if the football team's good, we know that's good for our entire university. I'm not saying Indiana was ever not going to be successful without football, because they had been forever. Okay, Indiana University, a lot of people go through their business school is outrageous. I think their dentistry school is like one of the finest in the America. I think Indiana's got a good school. Like, this is not something that they're like worried about our school not surviving if the sports aren't doing well. But the president comes in from Georgia, watching what the football team and what sports was able to do for her, and she's like, how do we make sports bigger? She's all in. Athletic director, all in. Cignetti had the opportunity to potentially go somewhere else. Penn State would have loved. Western Pennsylvania boy. Okay, this is literally where he was born. Dad, Western Pennsylvania legend. So to go to Penn State was certainly something that a Cignetti family member would certainly listen to. That job was open for 24, 48 hours for Cignetti. Cignetti gets called. Do you want to go? From the school. And he's like, nope. They're like, you want to work a new deal? Yup. Sounds good. They negotiate a deal. 48 hours later, they sign, they lock him in there. And in the deal, it says, good faith. Anytime there's a new contract, if we are good, I think I deserve to be in the top 3, top 4, or whatever it is of everybody else. Indiana's like, yeah, you got it, man. Don't worry about it. So it's like you got the head coach locked in for seemingly 10 years. You got all these sponsors or boosters and everything like that locked in. You got the president locked in. It's like this is not a flash in the pan here.
No.
This is a new football powerhouse. As long as Sig is able to continue to go ahead and get the right talent, which we think is his superpower.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think that is a superpower there. And just like Texas Tech, Texas Tech's going to be in it for the long haul as well, because I think the way Cody Campbell described it is we're sitting on the largest ball field in the world or whatever, and he is very invested in it. They lose to Oregon. Oregon, Phil Knight, I assume he's going to be invested for Ohio State. The way that thing ended, their people are going to win. It's like, it's not just these teams from the north having a little bit. Not Texas Tech isn't from the north. They're Big 12. We'll claim them.
Sure.
We'll claim them because it's Big 12 or whatever.
They're greedy.
But it's like these schools that have seen the opportunity to potentially invest in ball and get good at ball are now reaping the benefits of doing it. And let's not even talk about Miami. Miami's president is a former private equity guy. He is a money guy. And the deal that just got negotiated or worked, or decision that was made by the ACC, allegedly it's being reported on the internet, the ACC, Jim Phillips, is giving all $14 million that was supposed to be dispersed amongst the ACC or amongst the league. They're giving that entire thing to Miami for winning that game. It's like, that's good business. Yeah. If we would hope that would happen, but they didn't have to do that. I would assume that people at Miami who are the big money brain people aren't bad at negotiations, didn't go, hey, don't you think? Yeah, just a little bit of a leaner into something. It's like, you got people all committed to ball right now. Yep. It's a great thing. I don't know if it's great for the SEC. That is kind of what the SEC is always going to be special. The SEC is always going to have incredible environments everywhere now that Vandy is good. Like, there is no disrespect for me on what the SEC has done for college football and what college football means to the SEC. But it's like, there's a lot of schools that are trying to catch up quick, and they have the ability to do so with the current setup. Let's go to one half of the hammer.
Dahn.
Cowboys AP Tone. Go ahead, bub.
Just the whole thing, everything you said is awesome. College football, the product on the field, and then the parity right now, it makes it so much better, in my opinion. This is the first time since the college football playoffs started that Georgia, Bama, Clemson, or Ohio State are not into the semifinals. I think that's good for the sport. Like, I think people kind of get tired when it's just, Bama or Georgia or whatever every single year. So these 4 teams being in there is huge. And all 4 of these teams, they are, the NIL transfer portal helped every single one of them. All 4 of the quarterbacks are transfer quarterbacks. Dante Moore is the only one that has been there for more than 1 year at the school. So all 4 teams have benefited from the portal in that situation. The beginning of the year, these teams were ranked Oregon 7th, Miami 10th, Indiana 20th, and Ole Miss 21st. So it's not like they were outside of the top 25, but they were not, predicted to win the national championship. So I think more interest in things like that, people will come in because it's not just the same teams every single year to watch this run. It's going to be really, really awesome. And I looked up a stat right before the game because you talked about how tough and gritty these teams are, and that's potentially why they're there. IU has the 2nd-ranked defense in the country. Miami has the 4th-ranked defense in the country. Oregon has the 6th-ranked defense in the country. And then Ole Miss is sitting there at 29th, so I guess they would be the outlier. But, and then Ohio State won it last year with the number 1 defense. Michigan won it the year before with the number 1 defense. Georgia the year before that with the number 1 defense. So, yes, you got to be a tough, great in the trenches team to get this far into the playoffs.
Yeah, and also the mentality of the coach is very evidently radiating through the team. That might be Golding's thing, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like the cut of his jib.
a lot.
Yeah.
I really I didn't think anybody, Saban goes in there. Hey, 6 coaches that aren't going to be here that are allegedly trying to recruit for another school.
Charlie Weiss is at LSU this morning. It was reported.
For transfer.
Yeah.
It's like, how does one person keep them all just – because there's a lot of times to quit. When it doesn't start going well, you can immediately turn the page to the next one. Because I saw Brian Hartline. I mean, he's already thrown up go Bulls. I mean, they just lost to Miami. He's already saying go Bulls. I'm like, man, I know you love that Ohio State team, Hartline. I know you have that. Yeah. But in the college football space, you have to be all in with your place. Because if you're not, the recruits, the families, the other schools, this guy doesn't even really like where he's at right now. So it's like, with what's happening with that coaching staff, the fact that they're able to win.
The game was awesome.
There were so many times they could have quit.
Yeah.
So many times.
Because they were up 12-0 and then go down 21-12.
And I thought that was it.
Yeah, everyone thought that was it. 50.
Yeah, I thought that was it. I thought they were going to give up. I thought everybody was just going to move on. All the transfers. Trinidad's trying to negotiate with the NCAA right now to get another year. He's more worried about where he's going to play next. There's so many of those things that can happen in football that we've seen other teams have to do, or I guess we've never seen anybody have to deal with this. But just people thinking about their next job as opposed to focusing on their current job, not great. It's like, this Golding guy might have the special sauce.
Yeah.
I mean, he legitimately might be able to do it. That's an impossible task he was able to accomplish, and they beat Georgia. I mean, that is just a wild thing. College football is the greatest.
That's why you got to wonder, hey, those 6 coaches that are going Ole Miss to LSU, are they not waking up today like, do I really want to do this? Why would I go to LSU when we're in the semis right now? And things have not been kind of calm and all focused on ball. Like that, there's no arguing that. Over the last month, Ole Miss has been going through a lot of BS, so they haven't been able to just lock in. So Pete Golden being able to get them to is incredible. But if you are Charlie Weiss or one of those other 5.
Or the players.
Exactly. You're telling me that there's not just 10%, 1% of them saying like, screw the Tigers. I'm just going to stay in Oxford.
It was kind of my take the entire time. So you're leaving and go win a national championship, but you have a team right now that can win a national championship. So I was just confused. I'm new to college football, relatively new to college football. Help me explain. Okay, help me explain. And the LSU fans were even coming after me when I was like, you don't get it, boy. You just don't get it. And it's like, I guess I don't. You're trying to win that. This team has a chance to go win a national championship. Why are you saying that you can only do it at this other place? Well, the recruiting in high school, it's like, well, we got the transfer portal now. Do you want to live and die with the transfer portal? It's like, a lot of teams that are winning and all are doing that right now. That feels like it's kind of the modern world right now. And I'm not saying LSU isn't awesome. I assume it is whenever it's going really well. I've not experienced that since getting into this space. Obviously, we went down there for a game. South Carolina, almost, they do the whole thing. It doesn't end up working out. It's like, I understand the greatness of the Cajuns down there and the fan base and the Tiger faithful, and they were certainly awesome and spectacular. But it's like when it comes to the ball, Lane, it feels like you built it at Ole Miss, like you got to the point in which you were hoping to get to. Why are you just going to go try to redo it? Well, the recruiting's much easier down there. It's like, okay, I guess that's enough to make you decide that my life as a whole, as opposed to just a national championship this year, will be like this going forward. But if Ole Miss wins this whole thing, that's going to be such an interesting dynamic for why you make a decision to win a national championship whenever you literally had the team that did it.
Yeah.
6-7.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's over, by the way. It feels like it's over. Yeah, good for us. Speaking of over, let's move on to NFL conversations. Huge weekend in the NFL. We got a lot of different positioning up for grabs. We got teams that lose and go home, win, host a playoff game. I mean, there is crazy in store for Week 18 here for the NFL season. Joining us now to break it all down. And what have we missed over the last couple of days? Have we been fully entrenched in the college football playoffs as the new year kind of struck? I saw a guy was wearing diapers at their Times Square. So that's what they do.
Sure.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
That should be a fantasy football punishment. We talked about this the other day. I don't think we got to say it into a microphone. Fantasy football punishment should be you got to go do the ball drop in New York. Because you got to get there like 8 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
And then that thing's at midnight. You're not allowed to bring your own booze, right? Bruce, can you explain? We were going through the rules a little bit. You're not allowed to bring anything.
Yeah, it's an absolute nightmare. I mean, Times Square is always kind of hell on earth, but on New Year's Eve, you just kind of take that and multiply it tenfold. I'm pretty sure you can't bring in booze, and you're just standing there for 8 to 10 hours, and you can't get out even if you want.
Yeah, it sounds like worst case.
Not bad.
Imaginable, but people do it every year, and we appreciate them for it because the shots are sick. I mean, all the humans celebrating the ball drop. If it wasn't for those people, kind of doing their time down there, it's not as big of a moment. So we appreciate that exists. Everybody kind of looks to the ball drop as a big deal. Now, granted, we were on a plane. We did 3 different New Year's.
Yep.
As we were flying. That was
They were all awesome.
Yeah, we did 27 hours, I think, on December 31st. So we lived 2025 as much as we possibly could.
Good year.
Had to.
Yeah, we certainly did it great.
The hell
But
we
that
did.
should be a fantasy football punishment is you got to go do the New Year's at Times Square. Like, with who? Just yourself.
Yeah. Solo.
I'd quit forever.
Fantasy football?
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of what fantasy football things are, though? Isn't that kind of what it is?
Yeah. But you don't want to lose people in your league, though. But that would definitely lose me.
I don't know. Don't I see people walk around with like signs that say like,
big time.
not just losing the league, maybe losing your life.
None of that's worse than going to Times Square for New Year's Eve.
Well, what I saw one guy does is he has multiple diapers. He just kind of switches in and out so he can celebrate the New Year.
Yeah,
properly.
that's good.
And he's pooping.
Yeah, dumps, logs. Then he's eating it because he's not allowed to bring his own food.
Yeah, exactly.
Starving.
Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who keep us updated on everything. He's also a fantasy football legend.
He might be doing
Maybe this is what he adds to his league. Ladies and gentlemen, Michigan man, Adam Schefter.
Yay.
Shefty, maybe, for your league?
Yeah, we had a tough finish here, Pat. We were playing in the championship game. Cameron Dicker missed a 33-yard field goal, the first field goal he ever missed from under that distance. And had he made it, I would have won the War Room title for the first time in 15 years.
Oh, it was almost like the U was back.
I was up against Derrick Henry, who went for 46.5 against me on Saturday night. Thought I had no chance. I want to thank Chase Brown and Drake May for trying to bail me out, but again, just not enough in the end. That's the way it goes.
Sounds like you had a good locker room, and every once in a while, things that are very out of the norm will take place in football, which is why it's great. Cameron Dicker, most accurate kicker in the history of the NFL, right? That's what I think the title is at this point. Unbelievable.
Except when it mattered.
For who? For you or for him or his team? I mean, there's a lot of that. Okay, let's talk about the Chargers. Chargers play the Broncos this weekend, 4:25 on Sunday. Chargers-Broncos. Broncos win and they get the number 1 seed. Chargers have come out and said Herbert's not playing, and those that are potentially banged up will also not be playing. What does that mean, and what are your kind of thoughts on this particular game?
It means that Trey Lance now stands in the way of the Denver Broncos clinching the number 1 seed in the AFC. Amari Hampton, I wouldn't think plays either. He hasn't practiced all week long, so they're going to rest up his ankle for the playoffs. And it's interesting because the Chargers obviously are going to rest key people here, and they'll treat this week like their version of the bye week, which almost locks them in to a game against New England in the first round, which essentially New England was hoping to overtake the Broncos. They wanted the Chargers to beat the Broncos so that the Patriots can be the one. But now the Chargers are setting it up so that Denver's going to be able to win at home and set up a Chargers-Patriots matchup in Wild Card weekend. Those two teams meeting because the Chargers are going to approach this weekend the way they are. So the Chargers rest some people. New England probably still has to play. Kind of interesting what's going on there between Jim Harbaugh and Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, so the Patriots, what Conman is thinking is hopefully not long. Let's get this a win locked up because I do believe there's not a lot of players on the other side for the Dolphins as well. I think Waddle might not be there. No practice all week. What are the other names?
Achan, I believe Jordan Brooks, their leading tackler, and I believe Minka also already ruled out.
Okay, so who knows what the Dolphins are doing, unless you have more information on that for the Patriots. But the Patriots have to win that game. I mean, not that they don't have the AFC East already locked up, but it's definitely better to be the 2 seed than it is the 3 seed, because then you could potentially lock up home field advantage throughout the entirety of the playoffs, which is huge in Foxborough. So it is an interesting dynamic. Do you have anything else about the Dolphins and who they're playing, who they're not playing?
I think the names that you mentioned, I think it would be a surprise if they wound up playing. It certainly is setting up. Today they signed the former Michigan running back Donovan Edwards off the Commanders practice squad.
I remember him.
So I could see a combination this weekend of Jalen Wright, Ollie Gordon, and Donovan Edwards running the football for the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, and also that does not mean that they're going to be like ass. All these guys getting an opportunity for a tryout. This is a tryout. Right. This is a tryout for these guys. Not only for, obviously, the team that they're on and just got signed to, but for every other NFL team. And there's been a lot of stories of guys playing like waste time in the team that they were playing against, signing them, saying, hey, did anybody else see this? Yeah. We saw what this guy was, him making a team. Huge opportunity for these guys. But obviously, Patriots need to handle their business and get the hell out of that thing healthy. I mean, that is the goal as we head into potential number 2 season.
Yeah, you got to assume Mike Vrabel probably does love the whole Chargers bit too, because he can kind of pull from that, like, the Chargers. They want to come to Foxborough. Okay, looks like you guys just suck at football. That's why I want to come play then.
That is interesting. It's dynamic that they're.
I thought Harbaugh loved football. I thought Harbaugh loved football and competing and all that bullshit he peddles. I guess he was just full of shit.
Harbaugh has more rush yards than Bo Jackson through his NFL career. I have a little bit of respect for that, but also maybe he thinks we're going to take 2 weeks to prepare for the Patriots.
Yeah,
because if you remember, what pictures were in the hallway over there at the Chargers?
It's interesting. A lot of their wins, and one of them was a 41-14 victory over the Patriots. Is that the one you were talking about?
Yeah, because every picture in the hallway at the new Chargers facility was the Chargers doing something to the Patriots. If my memory serves me right.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so
You're right.
That is what it was.
1,000%.
So he might have more respect for you guys than ever before. So he's thinking about 2 weeks to battle against you. What's your head shake for?
I thought they had pictures of every single victory from their wins that season.
Yeah, maybe, but that whole hallway was just Patriots getting their ass. Here we're fast forwarding to get to the point.
Yeah,
because you actually say you guys beat other teams, didn't you? That is your actual quote, because I think it was like 5-6 straight pictures of the Patriots just getting beat up there.
And it is sweet just because actually with the Chargers possibly coming to New England, it's a lot of throwback Phillip Rivers, and I'm sure that's probably what those highlights are from.
Right in the clip, Connor. Sound, please. Oh, no.
Need more than one game. Why do they have all these TVs for one game?
Yeah, see, it was. Party in the back. Yeah. It was all against the Patriots. So now Harbaugh's got 2 weeks maybe with eyes on the Patriots. He's got a lot of respect, not less amount of respect. Let's talk about the number 1 seed for the NFC. Okay, let's talk about the number 1 seed for the NFC now. Huge, gigantic, Saturday night, primetime matchup. NFC West to do battle. Anything we need to know for both these teams as we head into Niners-Hawks?
Well, the Seahawks ruled out their left tackle, Charles Cross, who they've been playing without the last few weeks, and they've been able to overcome it, and they play great football, and the defense is tremendous in Seattle. The Niners have 3 players that are interesting that are listed as questionable. Tight end George Kittle, who missed last week's game with the sprained ankle. Trent Williams, the left tackle, all-world, has a hamstring injury. And Ricky Pearsall, who aggravated his knee injury last week against the Bears. So I think what's going to happen here is George Kittle already has said he's absolutely going to play. We expect to see him out there. I don't think the Niners are going to make decisions on Trent Williams and Ricky Pearsall until pregame warmups or pregame at some point in time. Both are going to be tested to go. Both it's going to be challenging. We'll see whether either one can make it back. I think the 49ers are hopeful but uncertain whether either one will be able to play on Saturday night.
Okay, so Brock Purdy's playing better than he's ever played. Right?
Yep.
The entirety of it is insane. And then Seattle's just always going to have the question on whether or not they can get the job done. Sam Darnold's going to get that. Number 1 seed or number 5 seed in the NFC. That's a big deal. Everybody talks about it whenever it happens, about how, why does NFC South get a team that's ranked higher than the Seahawks or the Niners? Don't you think we should just change the entirety? That's going to happen on Monday or Tuesday, whenever we get there.
Wasn't Sam playing in this exact same situation last year in Week 18?
Yes, he was, and it did not go well, and then everybody buried Sam Darnold, and then Sam Darnold becomes the only quarterback to have back-to-back 13 winning seasons or something, or 13 win seasons, or whatever the case. So congrats to these teams. You guys deserve it. We're happy for it. Go ahead, Shefty. You had something on that note, it sounds like?
A couple of things, but there's a big difference. Like last year, Sam was in this situation. Went against a Ram defense that was loaded. This 49ers defense right now, they're doing as well as they can, and they've played well in light of losing Nick Bosa and Fred Warner and Mikael Williams. But, I mean, they're not generating the type of pass rush that the Rams were getting last year. And obviously that's going to be up to the defensive coordinator, Robert Saleh, to figure out a way to get some pressure on Sam Darnold. And if the Niners can win, again, that's going to continue the conversation I think has gone on. There are so many great Coach of the Year candidates this year. Mike Vrabel, Ben Johnson, Liam Cohen. Kyle Shanahan takes this team without those players to the number 1 seed. You can make the argument for him as well. Like, all these coaches are all deserving, and it's incredible. And if the 49ers win, then it's 2 more home games to get to the Super Bowl in their home stadium. Like, they have not been on the road the last couple of weeks. If they win this game, they don't have to travel again this season.
Yeah, and that's would be incredible for a team to experience and their fans to experience. So good for the San Francisco 49ers for being there. But you talk about Shanahan potentially being coach of the year against these. Vrabel did this with the Titans, right? Vrabel had like 100 guys on IR, took the Titans to the number 1 overall seed in the AFC. They lose to the Bengals, but they still get like 9 sacks against Joe Burrow in that game. They somehow win. And then you think about this Niners team, we all did the same thing. As soon as Fred gets hurt, well, as soon as Bosa gets hurt, then as soon as Fred gets hurt, we all go, can't win a Super Bowl. And they've not believed that at all over there. And this Niners team, wagon. The offense, Kittle, he said he's all the way back to playing, obviously. It's like that's Party and Kittle have had a connection since day one, let alone everything else they got cooking. If they were able to do this, I agree with your sentiment. Maybe Shanahan coach of the year, and he'd have such a cool hat on in the present. Oh, he'd look so cool in the entire process. Yeah. Let's talk about coaches a little bit. Obviously, Shanahan's good. Vrabel's good. Ben's good. Liam's good. But whenever you talk about Vrabel, Ben, and Liam, you talk about a coaching staff coming in and flipping it quickly. What are some places or names that we maybe need to be keeping in mind that could potentially follow suit next year in a new spot? And how is the coaching firing world going to look this offseason, you think?
Well, it's always busy. And we've had 2 head coaching changes already in New York with the Giants and Tennessee with the Titans. So there are 2 changes so far. I would anticipate that we get probably 4 to 5 more. This year I might go the under, except when we get into these situations, sometimes there's always one that surprises you that nobody was forecasting or expecting. Obviously, been a lot of conversation about Las Vegas, been a lot of conversation about Cleveland. I don't think it would be a surprise in either of those 2 places if we saw some type of change. That would bring the total to 4. Now, there are some other places that are in question. Sunday night, we have an incredible matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. And I just wonder, again, with all the speculation swirling around both coaches, with all the fan bases in both cities being unhappy and disgruntled at times with their teams and wanting a change, despite the fact that these have been 2 of the most stable franchises in all of sports. I think the losing coach that night, there are going to be some conversations. And it's not like they're getting fired. They're not. But again, what does that coach in that city of that losing team, what does he want to do after that game on Sunday night?
So
that's going to be interesting.
So whenever you say they're not going to get fired, they're not. It's going to be a mutual agreement that is going to be leaned towards by the
if
ownership.
That even happens, I just think, again, there needs to be a question that's answered for the team that loses Sunday night. Because, again, we heard the Steelers fans chanting, fire Tomlin a few weeks ago. We've heard the fans in Baltimore being disgruntled, and the Ravens turned it around last week, won in Green Bay. If they win in Pittsburgh now, finished the year with 2 straight wins on the road to win the division. Like, how could people be upset in a season with injuries? But in the world we live in, people are always calling for change. They always want the coach's job. And again, the team that loses, I just think there's going to be conversations that occur both ways. What does the coach want? What does the organization want? And they're going to have to sit down and figure that out. That might even happen for the winning team in that case. But it's certainly going to start the clock for the losing team and the losing coach on Sunday night.
Yeah, the winning coach gets smacked in the first round in the Super Wildcard weekend. It will certainly just be delayed a week, probably, is what you're talking about, especially in Baltimore and in Pittsburgh. And you say, everybody wants change. If it doesn't happen, people, get a little restless. It's like heavy is the head, brother. That is a part of being an NFL head coach, especially in a football town like Pittsburgh and Baltimore is. And you talk about the fans chanting fire Tomlin. I mean, they've been calling for it for a few years. Not all of them, but there's been certainly a fire Tomlin contingency in Pittsburgh last 5-10 years, I would say, as the seemingly complacency of being just slightly above average has kind of continued to linger. There's been Yinzers who are like, we want more, we want more, we want more, okay? We want more of that. Okay, that is what we want down here. So that's happened. Them chanting it publicly at the stadium, I think, was Yinzers fans telling the entire country, we are sick of this. We would like to nationally announce that we are sick of it. And then Baltimore, I assume they've been doing the same thing with Harbaugh for a bit. I assume it's been the same conversation. Some Baltimore people have talked about it probably. Contingency of Ravens fans have thought about maybe Harbaugh's not the right guy to get us back to where we were whenever Ray and Ed and all these people won a Super Bowl way back in the day. So it feels like we are at like a melting point for those two cities. That would be giant change, right? I mean, that would be a huge move. How long has Tomlin been there? 18 years?
This is 19, I believe.
Okay, that's buying cigs. Okay?
Yeah.
That's signing up for the military. 19. That is a long, that's in college. You're a sophomore in college.
Yeah. Lotto tickets.
I mean, everything. You talk about it, 19. How long has Harbaugh been in Baltimore?
Not
16, 17.
much shorter, about 16, 17 years, I'm going to guess.
That's forever. That's a long ass time.
Driving.
If those changes were to be made, I mean, that's huge for both those organizations.
And not only would it be huge for those cities, but like if those guys want to move on, we said this before, Mike Tomlin can work in TV and take just about any TV job he wants tomorrow. And if he decides he doesn't want to coach there, he could pick his opportunity. He obviously would be very selective. And I think the same is true for John Harbaugh. If the Ravens and John Harbaugh decided for whatever reason that they didn't want to be together next season, I think any team with an opening would look immediately at John Harbaugh as a potential fill-in or replacement hire in this particular coaching cycle. Anybody.
Connor was just pointing at me.
I got ideas.
They would become this year's version of Mike Vrabel, like desired by anyone who has an opening.
Easy.
It was funny as you were saying that we all started to think about jobs that Tomlin could take. And as soon as you see TV, it's like, wasn't Amazon allegedly offered McVay like $30 million or something?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like Coach Tomlin, no offense, Sean McVay. Sean McVay can certainly speak. He's very entertaining. Coach Tomlin on a microphone has never lost.
I heard Streg say that this weekend, actually.
I don't think he's ever lost on a microphone, Mike Tomlin.
Him and Tirico on Sunday Night Football.
Sunday Night Football, any footballs.
Yeah.
If he's doing studio, if he's doing calling games. Ooh. I mean, anything Tomlin on a microphone is a dub. Now, if he wants to maintain coaching, anybody would sign him, especially if he sits down for an interview with anybody. Yeah. He would win with his resume in there. So I immediately was like, is Tomlin going to be the coach of the Colts?
Hold on.
So that is what I thought. And then you mentioned Harbaugh. And then Connor's over there giving me the double guns, like, here. It's like, is John Harbaugh going to be coach of the Colts next year?
Maybe.
I am going to be fired up about that. Now, does that mean the Colts are moving on from Shane Steichen? And it's like, well, if they move on from Shane Steichen, are they holding his feet to the fire for something that isn't necessarily his fault with the injuries and then not doing it for Chris Ballard? And it's like, well, will they hold Chris Ballard's feet to the fire? It's like, we don't know what the big three are going to do. We do not know what Carly, Casey, and Kaylee. So let's go to the GM positions around the NFL. It's like, do we ever have an inkling on what that's going to look like? Because those are seemingly names that we don't know. Who gets hired for the GM? Somebody we've never heard of. Oh, but he's friends with blah, 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 to blah, blah, blah. How about the GM thing? Have you heard a lot about that particular conversation happening around the NFL? And like, Ballard is certainly one of the big conversations, I'd assume, here in Indy. He's been here a long time. Mm-hmm. A long time, Shefty.
I'm not expecting as much activity at the GM position this cycle as at the head coaching position. Again, we've got right now the Miami Dolphins have a GM opening. I know people have talked about the Giants. I don't think the Giants are going to do anything. I think Joe Shane is going to be there for a little bit of time. That's my sense of things right now, that Joe Shane is safe. So we've got one GM opening. You raise Indianapolis. Atlanta hired a search firm, Sportsology, to go through the organization and provide essentially a blueprint of what's going on there and what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong. And anytime a team ever hires a search firm like that,
they're cowards. What's that?
Cowards.
Yeah.
What do you mean by cowards?
You're put in a position to make a decision. Then you hire somebody else to make the decision. That is not there. They work for other companies. They don't just work for your company. Yeah, but we want to get an independent look. From who? If they had an actual good look, would they still be independent or would they be hired to somebody? Oh, interesting. That's how I view it.
So
but hey,
not a fan of search firms.
Whenever I hear these schools hire search firms to find a coach, it's like coward. That's so like whenever that person doesn't work out, you could say, well, we'll get the right one, the next one. It's like, well, what are you in that position for? Why are you in that chair? What's the purpose of being in that position if you're going to hire somebody else to do the job you're literally supposed to do? That's just how I feel. I'm sure there's different looks at it. And these consultant people, it's not get crazy. We would love to get into that business whenever we're done. Have no skin in the game at all. Absolutely. Get a massive paycheck and then say, hey, this is what you need to do. Yeah. We're not here every day. We have no idea what it's actually like. We don't know what the day-to-day is. But in theory, this would be much better. It's like, what a life. So we don't want to blame the, I almost said Rico because that got brought up around the internet. Mm-hmm. I don't want to blame the racket that these consulting people are doing. Okay, because that's a business that we could that's a racket that we could potentially get into someday, so we don't want to necessarily knock that. But people in positions to make decisions that opt to punt them to other people outside of the building so you can basically have a worked-in excuse if it doesn't work, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of that, Shefty. I don't really like that. And if you need somebody to come out from the outside to look inside your building, it's like, well, you're running the building. Why are you in that seat? Get the hell out of there. So that's how I view it, Shefty. A little different, I assume, with them how most people do it.
I understand your point of view entirely.
See? I like that. Could you imagine if somebody, let's say Jimmy Pitaro, hires a search for an independent firm to come judge how you do your job? It's like, well, Jimmy, why don't you fucking?
It's pretty simple. They'll hire search firms to make recommendations of hires. If you just ask people in the business themselves, well, who would be the best hires? There are people that have bigger, stronger, longer relationships that know those people better than the search firms, in my mind. Yes. In my mind. Right?
Well, once again, we don't want to bury the racket of the pay us an exorbitant amount of money.
We could do one.
Yeah, that's what we're trying. Yeah, that we will be. Let's dump that to let people know. We will certainly be in the we got all the right answers. We don't know your business really, but we got all the right answers business. So I'm not judging the racket of the search firm. I just judge the human that makes the decision to put that as the decision maker when you're supposed to be. That is why you are, well, what are you here for? To find the, all right, don't worry about me. Let's get back to Steelers and Ravens Sunday night. Oh, no, let's stick on this point. Connor has a question for you about Miami doing something that we like. We actually like this a lot, so it kind of contradicts everything we just said.
Yeah, Shefty, Troy Aikman, Hall of Famer for the Dallas Cowboys. He is going to be a consultant to advise the organization on its GM search process. Now, when it comes to exactly what Troy Aikman is going to be doing, is that something where he is sitting down with these guys in the interview process? Is he more so advising, Ross and the other ownership, Fergie perhaps? I believe she is also a part. Mark Antony. Is that more so what Troy Aikman is going to be doing? Are him and Dan Marino just kind of packing lips and talking shit, and then they're kind of mentioning some GM names? What exactly is Troy Aikman doing? And do you see other teams bringing in consultants like a Troy Aikman, Hall of Fame type player to give them advice on how to maybe point their team in the right direction?
Well, look, Troy goes around week to week and is in these cities dealing with these coaches and these players on a regular basis. So He's got firsthand knowledge, and I think he's just going to be a part of this whole process. I would expect, I don't know this, but I would expect that he would be a part of the interview process that goes on. He'll give his input, and ultimately Stephen Ross, the Dolphins owner, gets to make the decision. Tom Garfinkel in the Dolphins front office, Brandon Shore in the Dolphins front office, they'll all be a part of this. Now, how they come to that decision, we'll see how they do that. But Troy will have a voice. He'll have a say. We'll see how much they listen to him. But I think he just brings the credibility of 3 decades in the sport, understanding what it takes to win, knowing people in the sport. We talk about relationships. He's got a lot of different relationships. Troy's a very serious guy, very professional. You can count on him at all times. And so the Dolphins are leaning into that and using him as an advisor, which I understand.
I like the move. Hate consultant groups, independent part. Love bringing Troy Aikman in to get his ideas and opinions.
Well,
but Pat, it goes back. It's somebody that's involved in it.
Yes.
When you're bringing a search firm, who are these people? Like, what are their connections in the sport? Are they going around week to week like Troy Aikman? Are they talking to the people that you are? Like, again, it's just a question of it's always about relationships. Where are your relationships?
Troy,
there you go.
Troy Aikman's got a lot of them.
And not to mention a sweet ass beer.
Yeah, 8 you're talking about?
Yeah, there it is.
I wonder if they will just have a couple 8s down there.
Hey, Marino. Hey, throw me one of those.
And then maybe he'll say, you know what we need to do is bring an 8 back down here to Miami.
Oh.
Maybe that's what. Maybe Troy starts doing more, you know. Actually, now that I'm down here, I got some other ideas. And Stephen Ross is like, feed me.
8, huh?
Feed me. Feed me. I just got rid of Greer for the first time in 100 years. He had my full attention for everything, basically. I'll take you down there. Could be. Let's just say Troy Aikman getting more handsy, we like.
Yeah.
Congrats, Troy. Guy never comes to our show, huh? You think Troy hates us?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of.
We've sent a lot of requests to Troy. Troy can never make it. First day of Rich Eisen's on ESPN at the same exact time as us. Troy, I think, was there for 2 hours.
Don't love it.
So I was like, hey, does Troy hate us? I don't know if Troy hates us. Troy, we appreciate your commitment to ball for as long as it's been. And you're super jacked, dude.
Jacked.
Super jacked. Let's get back to Sunday Night Football and some decisions being made. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Shefty, we're going to be waiting all day for a Sunday night Steelers-Ravens for the AFC North. And, Pat just kind of mentioned maybe bringing an 8 down to Miami. There's been a lot of stuff talked about Lamar Jackson and whether he's going to be a Raven or not moving forward. He said he is. I assume the organization has said they are. I believe he's practiced all week. Is he a good to go for Sunday night? And then my source is telling me that TJ Watt is potentially also a go for Sunday night. What's the whole injury situation for Sunday night?
Wow.
No, I didn't say my source's name.
I expect both players to be out there. Look, everything's on the line here. It's one game for the division title. This is the first time in 2 months that Lamar Jackson has had a full week of practice leading into the game, which is pretty amazing when you think about it. Not 1 week up until now has he practiced in full all week, but this week he has. So obviously, this is serious business. These are high stakes. Lamar will be out there. Now, TJ's coming back from the partially collapsed lung. Mike Tomlin sounded a note of optimism early in the week, and I think barring any setbacks in practice today, tomorrow, before the game, barring any setbacks, I would expect that TJ Watt will be out there on Sunday night trying to bring down.
Here we go, T. You go 9-0.
You too, Lamar. Let's go, Lamar. Teej is going to have maybe the freshest lungs he's ever had. Right?
Yeah, you think.
Is that how that works? You know science better than us, Shefty. Is this thing the best it's ever been now? Because they had to pump it back up, right? From my understanding. Mm-hmm. What a scary situation to have it out of nowhere. Honestly, genuinely happy he's okay. Him coming back, obviously huge for this team. He's played good ball, and obviously in one of the biggest rivalries in all of sport. Lamar Jackson healthy for the first full week in 2 months. He had sickness, he had injuries, he had a hamstring, he had everything kind of, right? So all systems going. If they win, they have a home playoff game. And then if they win their home playoff game, Baltimore Ravens go on a little bit of a run. And we're talking about Harbaugh maybe being a coach of the Colts next year. It's like they might win the Super Bowl.
They could.
They might win a Super Bowl over there in Baltimore. Everything's still in front of both these teams. Good luck to them. Now let's talk about a team with a new addition. Also out of nowhere. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Shefty, Trevon Diggs getting let go of the Cowboys when just a couple years ago, he was arguably like a defensive player of the year nominee. Obviously, things haven't gone that great there. What are the expectations with him for the Packers? I don't think they're playing too many guys on Sunday against the Vikings. Can we expect to see him out there? And how much of an impact do you think he is going to make? Or I guess how much is he going to be on the field for the Packers during their potential playoff run?
Well, Matt LaFleur said he hadn't decided yet whether Trevon Diggs will play on Sunday in a game where they certainly seem to be resting a lot of different people. I know that they've already said that Jordan Love is not going to play, that he's clear concussion protocol, that it's going to be Clayton Tune starting at quarterback. I think we might see Trevon Diggs on Sunday, depending on what LaFleur decides. But I think he's going to be playing for this team in the playoffs, and I think he's going to be coming in with a chip on his shoulder, and I think he's going to be out to prove a point. And I saw what Micah Parsons said, like, wait till you see what we see from Trevon Diggs here. Like, there's a lot on the line. The season did not go the way he wanted. There was mutual disappointment from Dallas and him and Dallas, to the point where Dallas released him this week, like just moved on from the guy. So I would think somebody like that is really determined to go out and show that he's better than that the Cowboys made a mistake, and that he still can play and be a force. So I think you're going to get the best version of Trevon Diggs in the playoffs here.
Okay, congrats to Trevon Diggs going to the Green Bay Packers. Obviously, big move for them. They've made multiples of those this season. You can't bring up Trevon Diggs without bringing up Stephon Diggs. Obviously, he's had an incredible season for the New England Patriots. Very serious accusation and allegations come just a few days ago. And then Barmore, very serious accusations and allegations come out as well. What's going on in New England? And are they just waiting for the NFL basically to take the next step? Like, how does this kind of normally go?
Yeah, they'll wait for the league to conclude their process or look into both situations. Now, what was interesting to me was that the Patriots clearly backed both players. Like, they stood behind both their guys. And I think usually teams are a little bit more neutral. And it seemed like in this particular case, the Patriots were pro-player for whatever reason, based on the information that they have. So we'll see how it all plays out. Obviously, the team will let the league look into the situation. The legal process will play out in both particular cases, and we'll see what comes out of these particular cases.
All right, we'll continue to follow your Twitter account and everything else you have going on to keep us updated with everything happening around the football world. We appreciate the hell out of you for 2025, and we can't wait for 2026 with you, Shefty.
Here we are, 2026 already. Happy New Year to you guys.
Happy New Year. This one's flown by. I feel like this season has flown by.
Yeah.
They all do. They all do.
I think that's what we're trying to, we're kind of learning here, is like week 2, week 3 becomes week 16, just in a couple snaps.
And all of a sudden you've done it 36 years, like I have, 36 years.
But you look young, brother.
Oh, yes, you do.
You look young. I don't know what it is. You look young. I was saying that about Stanford Steve, too. His breed of Caucasian, I don't think he's supposed to look like that at that age.
What did he turn yes? 28?
49.
49?
That's not true.
He's almost 50.
No way.
Yeah, but he's in the sauna all the time.
That was awesome.
I saw him, put a sauna video out for Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
That was on his birthday. I appreciate him doing that. Herb Street's another one.
Yeah.
Herb Street's an Ohio white. He's not supposed to age like that. He's supposed to age like me. 50. Oh, he's up there. How old are you?
59.
Jeez.
No, you're not.
What the fuck are you guys? You guys doing the surgeries or what is it? Is it the surgeries?
Nothing. 59.
Moisturize? You got to do moisturizer. There has to be a full moisturizing.
I do that. Yeah, I do that. I want to thank Shirley and Jeffrey Schefter for the jeans. I want to thank, Living Right. I don't drink. I don't do anything. So I live a very boring existence, Pat. I'm always home, hanging out with the dogs. You all.
Few
You see I'm
pints
not
won't hurt.
Yeah, but on that note, like, the blue light is allegedly the worst thing for you, and you're always in there. So everybody has their own vice. Yours is finding new pieces of information to break news for everybody, and we appreciate the hell out of you for that. Happy New Year to you and yours, and congrats on the skin, dude. You look amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Schefter.
Yay.
I'm picking up a full moisturizing routine.
Mm-hmm.
I have over the last couple of years.
Nice.
My wife,
Gotta do it.
half Korean. And Asian skin is just like hers is phenomenal.
Second to none.
But I also realized she takes care of it too. It's like
Sure.
does the one go with the other? You know, the whites just be like, we got bad skin, and just choose not to do it. I think Bill Burr did an entire bit on it. It's like, so my wife will just slide some lotion in front of my thing and just be like, with a note, before you go to bed, just go ahead and try this.
Hit some Papa Tui.
It's like, thanks.
Yep, there it is.
Exactly.
They're the best.
From Dewey.
Can't spell Pop 2 without Pat right there in the middle of it. That's what I told myself when I was... I was rubbing it on, and my skin was rejecting it. It was just a paste.
Mm-hmm.
I made you like it great. Hour 2 on the other side. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. Might change your life.
Who is Pat McAfee?
I'm Pat McAfee.
Talks too much.
A little crazy at times.
Energetic.
Give me Alabama to break home.
Hardest working dude I know.
He's an absolute force of nature.
We didn't stop.
There was a point in my life, all I could think about doing was professional wrestling.
Oh my God!
I really didn't know what to expect.
Doesn't sit still. Gets out of his seat.
You are anti-American.
I found out Pat was a rock star that weekend.
And right then, right there, I quit my job.
A very talented guy, very entertaining.
There was a point in my life when all I could think about doing was being a comedian.
Listen, I enjoy being a punter, but not in every fucking series, dude.
Some of the most absurd shit.
In the locker room, Pat was kind of the guy for us. He was kind of our voice almost.
You know, I could give a shit about who the hell the punter for the Colts is.
He brings the juice all the time to anything that he's doing.
We got a cannon!
We're going to increase our output of content by 10,000%.
How am I going to commentate when A, you can't hear me, I'm delayed on what I say, and when I do speak, you guys just keep going like I didn't say anything. Like, what am I doing? I got to re-examine my whole life.
We had my heart pounding there for the first little while.
And just kicking the ball against the house.
No way in hell am I going to live in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Nobody can move the crowd like he can.
The cigarette selling came up.
It's really his money.
Point in my life when all I could think about was being an actor.
This is your principal speaking. Magic happening everywhere. Because of who? Me.
You know, he's one of my best friends.
And it was the best decision I've ever made in my life.
It's been a hell of a ride.
Probably the best decision I've ever made in my life.
Now I think I found my true love. And that's, I want to be like a talk show host. It's what I want to do. I love talking to people. I love learning things about people. I think people want to tell you a story, and you just got to get it out of them. This should be good.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey. Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you pig! Stop! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our home of the boat, the Thunderdome. On this Feel Good Friday, January 2nd, 2026, hour 2 of the program begins now. Football! You know, football is a beautiful thing. It's a magical thing. It's a glorious thing. It's something that is in the middle of, that was a hard
Jesus, Bill.
No, a little bit of touch, Bill. I mean, I was going to get into a full football entire diatribe right there about
can't do it now.
just the sport as a whole, and all anybody's going to be able to pay attention to is the. As soon as we walked into the room, and shout out to Bill, by the way, picking up the audio and graphics today.
Boy,
back
Bill.
there. T's and P's to Nick, who's in the middle of recovery for something that he had happen. He should be back next week. We hope he's okay. That was a crazy situation he found himself in.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll tell you what, he wasn't very positive going into it at all.
What?
No,
Nick?
no, super negative. And it was like, yo.
A shocker for him.
I mean, I agree.
Nick?
I agree that. Yeah,
Sunshine Morado?
No. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I should have expected it, I guess, but it was a pretty little serious, quick little thing that had to happen. Serious, quick little thing. I mean, legitimately, that is the right way to describe it. Little medical procedure. He's good. But boy, I didn't know you could find that many terrible things about something that quick. I mean, I didn't even know the way the body works enough that you could potentially hit something close to that could kill you instantly. And then obviously getting surgery done, there's a chance I don't wake up from that.
Yeah.
It's like, that's 0.0001%. What'd you say? Exactly. That's what I heard. Then he said, what if the new this? What if this? And it's like, buddy, you're getting surgery, they give you a bunch of pain pills, you pass out for 2 days, everybody feels bad for you. This is a good thing, not a bad thing. And you're going to be healthy on the other side. Other side? What if I nick an artery? I'm dead.
Non-zero chance, non-zero
what
chance.
are we talking about? It was like, I fought back a couple times, and then I almost got like I don't need your positive mumbo-jumbo bullshit right now. It's like, bro, what are we even talking about? So, Nick, we want to let you know, I know it's much to your chagrin. We're happy you're good.
Hell yeah, Nick.
Good to see you on the other side.
And you weren't freaking us out a little bit with how negative you were being about it. I just want to let you know that, but that is kind of natural, and we're happy you're better, honestly. We're very, very happy you're better, but I was like, no, that's not the way. I've got that a bunch of times. Your knee is nowhere near your heart. It's like, okay.
That's a fair point.
I mean, but what if I was the, you know.
There's an artery down there.
Yeah, it's somewhere.
Yeah, it's big
there's
one,
certainly
too.
stuff happening. The Talks at Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. We're happy Nick's good.
Yeah, of course, and we tried to say, hey, pretty run-of-the-mill procedure. Listen, I understand anything can happen, but the more you worry about it, the more anxiety it's going to give
For
you.
us, too.
Without a doubt.
All of us have to now have anxiety. I had none going in. It's like, congrats to medical. Congrats to you being alive at this time. This will happen quickly. They got things to fix this. Couldn't even imagine what the procedure was back in the day for this. I mean, but
a couple of those.
I literally just punch you.
Yeah.
47-inch incision, and they're milling around in there.
And then he just comes back. Yeah, starting the new year, might not even make it to 2020. It's like, jeez, come on.
But he's good.
He's good.
Yep.
Thank God. I mean, he didn't think that was possible, by the way.
Right?
No. To Tony's point, though, Nick might come back as Sunshine Moraldo. He might be a whole.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if we'd be able to handle it, but if he was to come in here with a radiating light around him at all times. What if he went to a Yes Man conference whenever he was in that surgery? You know, what if he comes here, grabs a guitar, wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Great movie, by the way. That lady with her dentures, too, I'm thankful she did that to him. He needed that.
They performed
Did
great
they do halftime?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did halftime Oregon, Texas Tech, I believe.
That's right.
Grandma did?
Third Eye Blind.
Oh, okay, I was about to say. I know she was good. Somebody's doing something that they're not supposed to be doing. The NHL
A lot of
hired
people.
No, us included, I guess.
Sure.
I guess we kind of fit in that. The NHL always finds a way to really find the right musician for like, kind of what they have going on. I forget who they got this year for something, but everybody was like
the Wiggles or something.
I got to see Train when I went to the that outdoor game. I think it was I can't remember. Penguins played at Heinz Field. I can't remember who they played, but Train was the
Drops of
intermission.
Jupiter.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Come on, I got chills just thinking about this.
So I am a Train fan. There are certainly people that are bigger Train fans than me, and I learned that whenever Train was playing that exact game that he is talking about, and I put a tweet out saying, "Can we not somebody other than like Train? I don't know if we need to do Train right now.
That might be
Train loyalist. It was Train.
Yeah, okay.
Train loyalist. I mean, I got murdered for having. I don't even have an ounce of talent that the old buddy who sings that thing has, and obviously I'm jealous and envious of this whole thing, and I'm like, listen. I understand I need to respect Train a little bit more. I'm just talking about for hockey. I feel like they never really get who they think. But I think they view it like, well, our hockey fans are going to watch. we're going to try to bring somebody in that's going to bring a different demographic. And I'm not saying that's what they think about for the Super Bowl and everything like that, but I do think that is a strategy for some people that are putting together shows. And it feels like the NHL has kind of lived by that for all their big events. They got the Stadium Series coming up down in Florida.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Looks sick.
It does look sick. It's not open air, though. It's closed. The stadium, obviously, Tropicana Field, I think, has a roof on top of it. So a lot of people are talking about this not being an outdoor game. But I don't know how it's happening down there.
Yeah, I read somewhere that they're keeping the Marlins Stadium closed so that it doesn't mess with the ice at all.
So it's not Tropicana. What is it called?
It's Home Depot. I
Okay,
think,
so it's
or
Miami,
like
not Tampa.
Field Depot, something like that. Yeah, correct.
Tropicana's going through it. Actually, they got it got destroyed.
Tropicana did?
Yeah, a couple years
It's
ago
fully
by the Hurricanes
fully rebuilt
down there.
now, though. I just saw that.
Okay,
Oh,
good
they
for
finished
Tropicana.
it?
Shout out to
the
them.
roof is back.
That's a legendary place. So this game's happening in Miami.
Correct. And I believe I read that they're shutting the retractable roof leading up to the game so that the elements don't do anything to the ice. But I thought I read that they're going to pop that back open when the game starts, so then it actually is open air.
It looks incredible. And if in 2026 we can have Miami host NHL game with open air, I mean, good for sports going forward. Good for ice. Go ahead.
Hockey people are not happy about this, actually. They want this to be in the north. They want it to have snow. They want it to be cold. They're not happy. That
I understand that completely because, like, the pond hockey idea is kind of where this whole thing comes from. And it's in Miami, which is just the complete opposite. Feels like this is more so a showcase of what science can be right now and what ice can do, but also the Florida Panthers and what they've done for hockey down there. It feels like this is almost a tip of the some super cold hat.
Tip of the tube?
It is like a tip. It feels like it's a tip of the toque to the Florida Panthers and the people down there in Miami. So I understand how hockey people would be pissed about how we do like the snow and we like the environment. I like the sky cam that comes in there. I like the different angles that take place. I think it's a beautiful setup. I love what they've done with the Stadium Series. I didn't know the super hockey people were going to be pissed because it was in Miami, but I mean, they've kind of taken hockey. They've kind of taken hockey down there, man. Tampa and Miami.
And to your point about Tampa, the Bruins play Tampa in the Stadium Series, I think February 1st this year. Again, doing it in Florida. The only time they've really, really had problems with it being outside and kind of nicer out was in Lake Tahoe.
Yep.
They did a game right on Lake Tahoe, and when the sun came up with, the altitude of being in, Lake Tahoe, that really screwed up. So, I don't think playing it in Florida, as long as it's indoors for the majority of it, once the game starts, it's like, hey, within 3 hours, it really shouldn't affect the ice itself. But I think it's just sweet because all those players get to go to Florida and play a game.
Back whenever I was skating around Gold Mile ice rink.
Yeah.
Sure.
Great.
We had to get off every 45 minutes so they could fix it.
Zambo, yeah.
Yeah, it was like every 45 minutes to an hour, which is where either the great times or the problems happen. Everybody's got to get off the ice now. You got to be in the concessions, multiple places.
What'd you say to me?
Yeah, but there was a lot of that, but also good times. Let's not act like there wasn't great times there. $5, all you could skate, have a good time.
Make it hot.
I mean, there was a lot of
What?
people were sucking face with a lot of people around there.
Jeez.
You turn a corner of bleachers, and all of a sudden, two people sucking face.
Looked like New Year's Eve.
And be somebody from another school, and then somebody you know from your school. And you'd be like, wow, there's no way that person knows anything about that person, or they would not be doing that right now. That person seems to be way out of that person's league right now. Well, good on you.
Yeah, go get him, sunshine.
Beauty of the roller.
But now ice skating rink. And then the inevitable part of it is that person that was from the other place would have people that they were with, and somebody in that group obviously was not happy that that person was sucking face with somebody from our particular. And then that's where it all starts.
Yeah.
And then now you got 3 hours at the skating rink trying to figure out who's going to try to stab who with an ice skate.
Suck face slug.
And that's Friday nights. I ended up in the hospital 2 times there because somebody got stabbed with a skate. So it was. That's my thoughts, but that was indoor.
Sure.
It was very
Yes,
cold.
it was.
Very, very cold there. And they had to reset it every single time. And there was times where it wasn't frozen, So I don't know if Gold Mile's anything like what they got going on down there.
Might be.
But they need to keep an eye on that ice, especially in the warm area. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is an ice expert. A man who understands everything about the cold.
Not that kind of ice.
What are you talking about? You're talking about snow?
No.
This guy is from Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, college football national. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Yeah.
Age, when's your birthday?
What are you referencing?
When's your birthday?
My birthday is January 6th. It's coming up pretty soon.
Yes, it is. Happy early birthday. Obviously, January 6th, everybody thinks AJ Hawk's birthday. That is what everybody thinks about that particular date. Hey, it was fun, man, watching your team lose it down there in Texas. Not watching them lose. Sorry. Let me rephrase that. That was rude of mine. We're coming up on your birthday. That was fun to be able to be on the field for that Miami-Ohio State game, and then also for Indiana-Alabama. And, AJ, I think you would say the same thing we say. The more physical teams clearly won those games. I mean, it feels like across the board. Oregon, too, very physical. And this Ole Miss team, they might be the mentally toughest team of all time. Feels like tough football matters whenever it matters, and that's what we kind of saw over the last couple of days, AJ.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we ever got away from it, but there definitely was a time in football to where it's like, hey, spread them out, basketball on grass, that whole thing. And they didn't talk as much about winning the trenches and being the more physical team. But I think we're in a great time for college and professional football. I mean, how many unbelievably violent hits did we see in these games this weekend? In two different games, we saw people selling out, putting their body on the line. So tons of respect for it, man. Yeah, it sucks Ohio State lost. I'm an alumni there. Love everything about Ohio and Ohio State. But, yeah, Miami, I have tons of respect for how these guys play. And getting to see them play 2 weeks in a row now in person on the field, yeah, they're awesome.
And I don't want to say this to disrespect the entire state. I'm just trying to point out something that I think Ohio State people should respect and probably do respect. Miami out-Ohio'd Ohio. I mean, that is certainly what happened. And then Desmond Howard would say, so did Indiana. Indiana out-Ohio'd Ohio in the Big Ten championship. And now, is it because the current teams that they are or because of who the teams Miami and Indiana have? I think Cignetti wants that. I think Cignetti is relying on their team to be very fundamentally sound and very tough. Like, that is just how we're going to be.
That's tackle well in space. We talk about this, too, on the field with Darius. Like, these guys tackle in space very, very well, and it's something you cannot really do in practice. So for Indiana, coming off that 20-some day break and being able to tackle in space and tackle so well, like that's usually what goes when you have a break, is you don't tend to tackle as well as you have, and these guys were absolutely on fire.
Is that the toughness? I think that's tough. In my eyes, like having the secondary, like Pons right there with a massive shot. He wasn't the only one. 12 was all over the place. There was multiple corner tackles in space, which is normally what it's going to end up being whenever you have an open field. Is can your smaller guys make big-time hits? Does that go into the toughness that we're kind of referring to here about these teams, AJ?
Yeah, I think so. Like, you have 11 willing guys to make tackles on every play. And on offense, like, they're trying to make your corners tackle. They want to get to the corners and say, all right, we're not going to block the corner, obviously, because we expect our running back or whoever to make that guy miss or run him over. And when your corners are physical and they come up and run support on a consistent basis, yeah, it makes it very tough to score points on you.
There was a stat that was floating around the internet here. This is from Care Bear Kieran. And once again, we have not double-checked this from Care Bear Kieran. He's unbelievably passionate about sports. He's from Brooklyn, New York, 13,500 followers. He tweeted he did a roster dive on Indiana. Hasn't found a single offensive player younger than 21 yet. Indiana plays more 6-year guys than underclassmen. And then he puts in the end, that's a team of full-grown men. It's not just full-grown men. They're all very physical. They're like all a very, very physical group. And they've all bought into the fact that they weren't supposed to be there. Curt Cignetti has built through the transfer portal. The transfer portal has been opened today. Names in there, over 1,000 allegedly. Big ones. Where are they headed? Well, to tell us, ladies and gentlemen, the authority on college football from College Game Day, a man whose hair was meshed up in his first spot on game day because of the rain, and then they wouldn't let it happen again. Perfection the second time we saw him. Ladies and gentlemen, Pete Thayer.
Yeah, Pete.
How you doing, Pete?
Pat, I'm great. How are you?
Authority, you saw it, I saw it. First time, first hit at the Rose Bowl there. The rain was getting you. The humidity was getting you. There was a little bit more drop onto the forehead. Then the second time you hit us with, and you dropped a precipitous amount of something. Hair was flawless. The delivery was perfect. I appreciate you battling the elements for all of us. And let's talk about the very, very, very important day that is today. Transfer portal officially opens up. What does this mean in the modern world that we're in, Pete? All these people we knew were going to go in there because their agents have been telling people, or how should we view today in the college football space?
So today, Pat, is the start of a sort of 2-week binge where every player in college football essentially can be a free agent every year. There are now, according to our Max Olson, who's our portal guru, 4,000 players, more than 4,000 Division I players in the NCAA transfer portal. So it is just a completely ridiculous free for all right now. And it's a mad scramble for rosters. And you combine that with 33 jobs having turned over, which means there's going to be probably 50% plus roster movement at those 33 places, and the normal attrition that happens. It is by far and away, in the short history of the portal here, the last 5-6 years, the most frenetic and hectic time. And the big difference for the macro this year, Pat, is there is no second window, right? There was a post-spring portal. So you could kind of go and be like, I don't really like where we are at nickel or left guard. Let's go to Proctor. Grab the guy from Troy or some Sunbelt school and figure it out. So now this is the only time for legal movement. I think graduate transfers could still end up moving, but for the most part, you need to address your needs now. And it comes amid a quintessentially college football moment where, there's obviously still 4 teams playing, right? So we're going to have guys going in the portal who are going to have to leave their teams like we saw last year with Bo Perbula. We're going to have guys, declare they're going to leave but stay with the team. So it is, and you have teams that maybe trying to target the replacement for players who are going to be playing for them in the portal. So it is a weird moment in time. I don't know how long the portal will be at this moment, but it is here, and it is made for an unusual amount of hecticness.
4,000 names in the transfer portal. That's 40 if there's 100 teams.
Yeah. How many total players are there in Division I football? Do you know?
Well, that's why I was trying to do the math. 100 teams.
We'd go 133 times 85. I'm not a math guy, 40, but I'm sure Ty can do that in his head.
No, certainly not.
Yeah, we got phones now.
11,300.
11,300. So a third basically of the college rosters are currently in transfer portal. And I will say this from a player's perspective: if I can go in there and go back to my school, why wouldn't you go in there just to see? Now, that leads to the conversation of in the NFL, free agency frenzy launches on a Monday at noon. Okay, we're very lucky that it happens. It's part of our show, has been a part of our show. It's crazy. But all the tampering, there's a legal tampering period in the NFL. It starts at the combine, and then it kind of works its way through where agents are speaking to other agents, GMs are speaking. It's basically like when it all kind of takes place, but it's a legal tampering, but they're not allowed to do it. So they meet in bars and Starbucks unless Schultz and Rappaport fight each other. So, it's all that. Does college have that happening as well? Because I assume that that's very regular right now because there's really no rules or no real no person to enforce any of it. So I would assume the tampering has already happened. Have deals already been made? Do players know once they go in the transfer portal where they're headed? How does that kind of all work?
So yeah, there is, and to be fully blunt, I don't even know what the actual contact rules are, but they are ignored, and the agents are, legally acting as middlemen for their players and contacting schools and such. But obviously, the players are talking to the coach. All this stuff is happening. Nobody's even really hiding it, if we're being honest, right? So yeah, guys started declaring they were going to the portal 3-4 weeks ago, and markets are set and preference lists are made, and so today, tomorrow, we're going to see some deals finalized. For example, last night, right after midnight, I reported Rocco Becht, the Iowa State quarterback, told me he's going to visit Penn State and likely will come to a deal. And that's not shocking. He played for that staff at Iowa State. And so deals like that they're fairly obvious are coming together and set to come and set to come together. So
need to fix
I would say
calendar.
probably of the quarterback market, a third of it is probably done or close to done at this point.
I think there needs to be a
whether
full
that's been
calendar.
announced or not.
Pete, there needs to be a full calendar here. They just need to do a calendar rehaul that'll fix a lot of the issues. I mean, Saban talked about it. He took his New Year's resolution to chat about it. But it's obviously the players have to do what they have to do right now. Teams have to do what they have to do. But if you change the calendar, then I think that kind of fixes when you have to do what you have to do. And it might make it all a little bit morally understandable. I think that would be a way to kind of, what's that? You said, I don't think so, to morally understandable?
Well, morally understandable. It would make it make sense, right? And it would keep everything a little bit more linear. But there's always going to be tampering, and there's always going to be dudes getting fired.
No,
right?
agreed. If we have a legal tampering period like the NFL has, it was happening, now it's just kind of hey, it is happening, then it's a little bit more like everybody's doing the same shit. Because everybody always says, what am I allowed to do? When am I allowed to do it? It's like, if they were to make a calendar, I think, to my perspective, I didn't explain it enough, it would be more morally understandable to be able to do all the shit that everybody's doing, as opposed to just being like, we don't know what the rules are, we don't know what everybody else is doing, we're trying to keep up with everybody else. Well, who's everybody else? Have you heard exactly? No, but somebody's got to be doing that. There's a lot of that kind of happening, you know, where people are kind of justifying everything they're doing. So if we had a better calendar that kind of said, like, this when this happens, this when this happens, this when you could do this when this happens. But who would do that, Pete?
Yeah,
and
who
now
makes
we're
the
dog
calendar?
chasing tail. Now we have no idea who would even accomplish that.
Who's at the top? Who's in charge?
Nobody, H. Right, Pete? Will you just quickly, because I don't want us to talk about who is and who isn't in charge, because it's nobody, right? That's basically the final answer.
Correct. Yeah, that's the succinct answer to that is no one is in charge.
But the game is great.
Awesome.
And the players are awesome, and there's a lot of great opportunity. Now, you talked about 4,000 plus names in that transfer portal. The number one name in the ESPN transfer portal rankings. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Pete, I believe it's Brendan Sorsby, quarterback from Cincinnati, is number one. Now, all 4 teams in the semifinals are starting transfer quarterbacks, Dante Moore being the only quarterback that's been there for 2 years. And Sorsby's not the only name. Levitt's in there, Drew Messamaker, Lagway, Raiola, Byron Brown, everybody knows, Rocco Beck, Josh Hoover. Like, there's a lot of big quarterback names in this transfer portal, and we've seen you can go to a national championship with transfer quarterbacks. A lot of those big names. Have you heard any rumors on potentially where they're going or schools that are in the market? Obviously, we know that Miami's always in the transfer portal quarterback market. IU's always in the transfer portal quarterback market. I believe Texas Tech is probably going to be. Can you link any of those or any schools that potentially are definitely in that market?
Sure. Let's start with Sorsby. A couple minutes before jumping on here, I reported that he is essentially on his way to Lubbock right now for a visit with Texas Tech, which obviously loses quarterback Barron Morton. And remember, their backup, Will Hammond, who's a promising young player, played really well at Utah this year, tore his ACL. So Texas Tech has a significant need at quarterback, as does Lane Kiffin. So Sorsby is going to visit Texas Tech and then go to Baton Rouge, and then we'll soon make a decision between those two from there. So that, as quarterback battles go at big brand programs, that is about as high stakes as you're going to get in this portal season. You mentioned Hoover. I reported on Game Day with, I think, better hair than the first hit that Indiana's expected to target Hoover. That can get tricky as things go. There's a few other schools that are involved, Louisville, Kentucky among them, but that one is in line, today as it was on I don't even know what day it is anymore. Thursday? Did I say that?
Yeah, it was Thursday. It is crazy. Yeah, you should have seen us last night on the flight. Is it Is it today or is it yesterday? What day is it today?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, we don't know. Our phones, are they on Central Time, Mountain Time, or are we still on Pacific Time? Because you really don't have a clue. But it's been an honor to do it all, I will say. But it has been quite a blur here the last 2025 into 2026 into today. I think I got, this is not to complain, but this is certainly just to let everybody know what's been happening. After Cotton Bowl, we fly to Burbank, California. That's where we're supposed to fly to. Because there is low ceiling with all the weather and the clouds. Pilots come back. The boys in the back had fallen asleep at this point, snoozing. A lot of snoring happened in the back. Can't fall asleep on the planes. Tried to. Did catch like 15 minutes on the flight home. Was pumped up about that. But was wide awake. Pilots come back. We're going to try to land you in Burbank. But we don't know if it's going to be possible. If not, we'll head to LAX or whatever. Okay, they tell us that. It's like, sweet. And we're all very tired. It's very late. And then the guy heads back up there. So then flight attendant turns around and goes, they're thinking they're going to be able to get into Burbank. Cool, because we got people picking us up, and it's very late at night, and the show starts at 6 a.m. local, and it's about to be 1:15 at this time. So, we don't have a lot of turnaround time. Yeah. And from one side to the other is like 45 minutes or so. So that is a little bit of a drive. So all indications are we're going to be able to land in Burbank. So we go, sweet, we'll go down to Burbank. We tell the driver we're about to come down. We go down 200 feet sea ground. First time we see it, oh yeah, it looks pretty nice down there. We take right back off. It's like, okay, a little peek and go. We're not able to do it. So now we're heading over to LAX. Now we got to get into LAX landing, right? Because there's a whole thing. So that's an extra 45 minutes to an hour there. Drivers obviously didn't get messaged because we didn't have service until 20 minutes after we had already left. So it took them another 20 minutes to get there once we get there. So all of a sudden, a 4-hour nap time becomes like an hour and a half, 2-hour nap time for college game day. So then I just roll into game day on like 6 coffees. Here we are, the rain's taking place. So then right after game day, so jacked up about being at the Rose Bowl, I'm asleep for an hour and a half, 2 hours here. Well, Oregon, Texas Tech's playing. It's like, well, I'm going to watch that game a little bit, pass out about an hour, get in there. Then we get in last night about 2 a.m. We're in here this morning. So I'm not saying woe is me. I'm just saying not a lot of sleep because how great college football has been. But it's been the perfect way to start 2026. Are we going to get some massive signings? Like, is Sorsby signing today? Like, will we get these early announcements, or is there an official time when all these deals kind of get announced? Like Rocco's deal. Will that get announced as it happens, or is that like a couple of days from now?
And do the deals have to be in this 2-week period? Or is that just a visit time, or the deals have to be done in this time?
Yeah, what's the next couple of steps here? Maybe a nap or two away from me.
So I would expect sort of some just the dominoes to go. There's no like specific day, Pat, where they're going to happen. I would expect them to start popping formally maybe late today, and then over the weekend throughout the week. And I think once a few go, we're going to get a bunch more. So yeah, it will be a fluid and dynamic situation, but it's not like they have to do it by the 16th when the portal window closes.
They'll get the popping, he says.
Yeah.
So you just have to enter the portal in these 2 weeks. Is that what?
Unless your team's still playing, and then you get another
5 days, I think?
afterwards.
5 days.
Yeah, they kind of open it up for another 5 days. All right, that sounds very feasible for everybody. Go ahead, AJ. Last question on the portal.
Yeah, Pete, how much have you talked to these coaches, especially the guys that are in the playoffs, how they're handling this whole situation? Not only trying to, figure the portal out, but you're renegotiating with players you have on your team as well and trying to decide who you're going to have around. Like, how are these coaches handling it?
Yeah, it's a good question, AJ. A lot of the renegotiation for the playoff teams, they tried to do in December, right, to just get it out of the way. Like, it's probably not the best game week of a playoff if you're talking to a guy about his deal and his value, but there's also that's some of the reality of it too. I think the most interesting high stakes situations were like Ty Simpson at Alabama. Like, do you go try to find a replacement for him? You don't know if he's going to go pro. Like, you don't know how that's going to work. Now, his season's obviously over. Dante Moore at Oregon. Look, I think everyone just slots him in the mock drafts at 1 or 2 and just assumes that's going to happen. I'm not telling you it's not, but there's a feeling at Oregon that he could stay. And he's even said that. He said that to one of the TV crews going into the JMU game. He's younger. He's kind of seen adversity. He's a little bit of a slight guy. He could probably use to put on some weight. So I'm not telling you he's definitely coming back, but I do think that's there on the table. So if you're Oregon, by the way, you're going to need a quarterback for next year. All these quarterbacks are falling off the board. So it just creates some really bad situations and difficult situations, which is why the calendar that Nick suggests that Pat mentioned earlier would again, nobody's crying for the teams in the Final Four, but they're in bad spots.
Yeah, and maybe this is what the parity is created by. Everybody else that isn't in it has time to fully focus on it. The people that are in it, you have to be distracted a little bit. So maybe that'll help with parity going forward. Or these teams that are in Final Four are there because they figured out how to deal with all of it. There is certainly a couple of different things as Pete Thamel keeps his portal phone popping on this glorious 4,000.
I think we got a little scoop when I got off here, Pat.
What is it? What is it?
I mean, I gotta confirm it.
Check
You can run it by us first.
Yeah. Would you like us to confirm?
Yeah, I don't know if you're the crew I run it by with the couple 100,000 people, a million people you have watching. So that's
that would be the right time to do it. Okay, last couple quick questions, and you're talking about staying going. There's one particular team. I mean, this Golden guy might be the greatest coach I've ever seen. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Pete, it's talked about today how Weiss Jr.'s over at LSU, 12 hours after the Ole Miss team beats Georgia. Now he's, recruiting, getting ready for the portal with LSU. Is there a chance that these guys look at themselves in the mirror and say, what the hell am I doing? I'm getting the hell out of LSU and going back to Oxford and just staying with Ole Miss? Or are all 6 of those guys locked in with LSU no matter what? They can't change their mind. They're screwed. They're starting from the bottom. Ole Miss might win a national championship.
It is just generally wild that Ole Miss might win the national championship, right? This is why college football is, the most ridiculous best sport in America. It is just, it's mind blowing. It's wonderful. It is awesome. I do not expect Connor any of those coaches to go back. They have contracts. Ole Miss has also like hired their replacements too. So it's the world has moved on. They're just in that little temporary time warp there. And ton of credit to Charlie Weiss Jr. Man, he called an unbelievable game last night. He had Kirby on roller skates. That's difficult to do. That Georgia defense had been the best in the country the last half of the season. They had stonewalled a bunch of people. And Trinidad Chambliss is one of the great stories in the 21 or 22 years that I've done this. I mean, just he's just been relentless in meeting the moment.
And a guy that you'd like to have a beer with, says Coach Golding, which means the boys like him. Every time we've heard him talk, he's seemingly electrifying, and he's not letting any of the outside distraction or noise get in the way of him and the boys kind of doing their thing. It's been fun to watch. Now, about him, last question for you, Pete. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Pete, speaking of Winidad, is it just assumed that he is going to get another year of eligibility from the NCAA? And also, after this kind of storybook run for Ole Miss is done, is the idea still that he 1,000% is going to be transferring to LSU?
And a majority.
A bunch of other guys, I guess, on their roster as well.
Well, let's start with Trinidad. I think Pat would appreciate if I termed his medical redshirt situation quite the quagmire.
Okay.
So Trinidad's sophomore year at Ferris State, he did not play a snap. He was dealing with chronic tonsillitis, and they've filed an extensive letter to the NCAA. There's 91 pages, I believe, this off the top of my head from something I wrote 4 or 5 days ago, of medical documentation about Trinidad Chambliss and why he didn't play that year. The early inclination from the NCAA, as they communicated to Ole Miss, was that they were not going to grant him the medical red shirt waiver. So they hired Tom Mars, the noted attorney, and they are trying to push a few buttons to see what's going to happen. The timing of this is horrific for Trinidad Chambliss. If he knew that he could have a year, he would be a top of market $4 or $5 million a year quarterback for next season. And look, the guy made a nice sum of money this year at Ole Miss, but it wasn't even anywhere close to seven figures. So this would be, a chance for him to get a real payday, develop another year in college football, and really set himself up well. So there is an NCAA committee that reviews these medical hardship waivers that is set to begin meeting likely today. They were closed until New Year's, as Mars pointed out to me. So it's fascinating because if Trinidad jumps in this market, I can't tell you he's won, but he's certainly darn near close to it. And it would really create a fascinating dynamic between Ole Miss and LSU. But Ole Miss and LSU also have to go get other quarterbacks too, right? Like that, that you can't sit and wait and hope for the NCAA for a waiver in this situation. So it's pretty fascinating. And look, there's an expectation just in terms of players that a lot of them are going to, who go in the portal after Ole Miss's season ends, that they're going to consider LSU. So the longer they go, Pat, this is just an opinion. The longer they go and the longer Ole Miss wins, the harder it is to leave.
Of course. Right? Humans. Yeah, so, human nature.
Yeah, human nature, and also just like calendar crunch, right? The title game is January 19th, right? Like, are they going to hold a spot till January 19th? It depends. Like, it just, the volume, maybe like star guys, key guys, deals in the drawer, all that stuff, sure. And that's
deals in the drawer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no.
Knows how to quantify the exodus, but it would certainly be interesting the more they win, how this goes.
You're the best. We appreciate the hell out of you, Pete. We'll continue to follow along on this transfer portal.
Palooza?
Yep, there it is. Portal Palooza from Pete Thamel's X account. We appreciate the hell out of you, man. Thank you for all the info.
Thank you, gentlemen. Get some rest, Pat.
Pete, I'm going to let you know we're bummed out over here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because of you.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Well, our refrigerator is certainly not big enough for the amount of people that are in here. Okay. It is
I heard about this.
Did you?
You were the one. I forgot to ask my wife. But Pat, you're on the Christmas card list. It's like 2 years ago.
Now we're not.
I was asking you for your address, and you wouldn't give one. to me. I texted you. That could be a little evasive, right? Yeah. So all I want to do is send you a Christmas card. That's all.
Yeah, but then I feel obligated to send something back. So that's all. No, we're talking human nature. We're talking my human nature. So the reason why whenever people are like, hey, what's your address? I want to send you something. I'm always like, yeah. And I just try to hope that they forget about the conversation. Because first of all, I don't want to commit to opening it. And I don't want to commit to having to feel bad for whatever it is, or also send something the other way. So I'm trying to cut a lot of steps out of my life whenever I do that. You literally came up to me and said, just want to send you a Christmas card. And I said, got it. And you said, that's all I want to do. And I appreciated you, the clarity, because who knows what shows up here?
Yeah.
Actually, who knows what shows up here? So your family's Christmas cards, the last 2 years, are the only thing that are currently magneted?
Yeah.
Magneted to our refrigerator. It's clear canvas, except for the two Thamel Christmas cards on our refrigerator. So literally, everybody sees it every single morning. And throughout the entire holiday season, we're like, I wonder when this year's.
Can't wait.
And guess what it is right now? It's 2020 fucking 6.
Yeah.
It never came.
I'd still take one.
Broken freaking heart.
All right, thank you.
We'll get to the bottom of this, Pat. I'll talk to my sources. We'll resolve this quagmire.
All right,
we've added Tegan too, so it's a pretty good card. I'm not gonna lie, it's an upgrade.
Oh, see, we all
Even
know.
worse. It's an exodus of debauchery.
You should see the real estate that your family has on our refrigerator. It is an exodus of debauchery. It's it's at eye level.
It is
on the fridge.
Set your watch to it.
Yeah. Oh, there's fucking Pete and Teddy and the fam.
Yep.
I'd love another water.
Shout out, Teddy.
You know what? I wasn't going to stay hydrated, but just another glimpse at the Thamel family.
Bingo.
I'm ahead over it.
Yep.
Making me healthier.
Yeah,
People are asking me why I'm in shape. Fuck. If every time you ate something healthy or got water, you saw the Thamel family, you'd want to go back to that as well.
Bingo.
And then all of a sudden this year, the Thamel family says, you're not a part of the family anymore.
Yeah.
And we're like, what's that all about? All right, thanks, Pete. Merry Christmas, Pete.
Merry Christmas, Pete.
Go confirm some news.
Unbelievable, Pete. Break some news, Pete. What's that all about, H? What did we do?
I don't know why. Why do you get cut? I enjoy seeing it too. I come in there on Fridays usually. I get some water. I say hi to Pete and the fam, and I've been waiting. I assumed the third one was already here for this year.
I didn't know you did that.
Yeah,
I always salute the
family.
family.
What do you do?
Every now and then.
He put a kiss right on the family.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I mean, look, it's a Massachusetts family. It's different for me. It hits even closer to home.
He's a power player.
Yep.
Age, I don't know if you saw this or not. I thought your outfit for the Cotton Bowl was potentially the reason why the Ohio State Buckeyes lost.
Sure. Yeah.
That was an interesting choice by you. Honestly, I don't think any of us.
I told you what happened.
You were driving down, you got comfortable, and just said, I'm not changing.
That's what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. And it matched the tuxedo T-shirt, so I said, why would I change?
I mean, wearing a onesie, though, on TV was certainly something we did not expect from A.J. Hawk. And what's the sweatsuit? It just says sports on it.
Yeah, it's from China. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It was a
Amazon.
$14 sweatsuit that A.J. chose to wear. And when he showed up in it, we were all very surprised. And then whenever he was like, I'm wearing this on the sideline, we were all
No, you tried to get me to wear goofy shoes and make me even look more absurd.
No, you were thinking about wearing the boots. We were just telling you, tuck the sweats into the boots. That'll look cool. Yeah. That's all we were saying, because we did think it would look cool. And now that we're looking back on it, that might have been the most Ohio thing you could have done. Maybe Ohio State would have been more Ohio as opposed to Miami with you wearing a sweatsuit. Oh, wow.
Maybe. I did, I don't know if I told you or not, but I did leave the sweatsuit in Dallas in the hotel and left a little note and said, you can keep this. So, I wasn't bringing that back. I wanted to bring it back because it was so comfortable, but I can't, we lost the game. It's a loss. Can't do it.
You guys did lose. We won, though. It felt like football was great.
Yeah,
and obviously,
it was.
Indiana pounds Alabama, so everybody thinks that's a bad game. I don't know. I thought it was awesome to watch a team just execute to perfection while also being very physical and tell a story that they'll talk about forever in the college football world, this Indiana Hoosier squad, and how special of a run it is. And it is Curt Cignetti, the greatest coach of coaching, just in general, because of what he's been able to do to a program that existed but not really, and then flip him into an absolute title contender. That shot right here is by Spanks. This is Spanks. No, there's Spanks. You see him?
Yep.
There he is.
Wow.
The one, he's
there
in there.
He's a worker. He's like a spider monkey in there. He side-eyed us a couple times. It was hard not to just let him know that This game is not about you, brother, okay? And there is 53 and a third wide here, the way this entire
He
thing
buzzed my
goes.
tower on purpose once.
Yeah, he walked right in front of us a couple times, too, and I almost tripped him, but I knew the camera wasn't worth it. But that guy sucks. I mean, just through and through, that guy sucks. But that shot he had of Becker, really good.
Pretty good.
Now, is that him or the camera? Very interesting that he's taking credit probably for the lens and the camera, but that's a great shot. I mean, unbelievable shot. If you guys weren't standing there, he wouldn't have been able to get that. So he should be thanking you guys maybe because he came in from a different angle. But this was electrifying that we were allowed to be there. We're very thankful that we're allowed to be there. We're very appreciative that we're there. And we had somebody watching from New York, which we're grateful for. Front of the program, ladies and gentlemen, Emmy Award winner, Peter Schrager.
Yeah, Schrager!
How you doing, Schrags?
I'm doing great. I'm in Tampa. I'm on sidelines for this Saturday Buccaneers-Panthers game, but I don't know how you guys are still standing. I turned on the television 2 nights ago. There you are, doing your thing. I put it on last night. There you are on the other side of the country, doing your thing. Can you just tell me, I know you probably talked about it, was there a greater American moment than that B-2 bomber going over the Rose Bowl?
No, the weather thought they had America. The weather thought they had us, okay? That's what they thought. And then all of a sudden, we're back out there for halftime. 4 Air Force men, properly Blues. I mean, they come up to us, they go, hey, when the clock hits 0, B2 is coming right over that scoreboard right there. And I was like, excuse me? I had to take my ears out. I said, excuse me? I thought that was canceled. They go, they thought it was. It's not. When that clock hits 0, B2 is coming over there. To start the second half of the Rose Bowl, this B-2 stealth bomber comes flying overhead. They thought they beat the B-2. They thought the flyover was not going to happen because there was a couple clouds and maybe a little pressure in the atmosphere. That thing flew from Missouri to Pasadena. There was no chance we weren't going to see maybe our aviation anomaly. The B-2 bomber, shaped like a falcon, to be faster than you, stronger than you, more stealth than you.
I love that shot.
An indicative message to the rest of the world that we're America and you're not. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything more American than flying over the Rose Bowl as Indiana, with their story of everything that happens inside of it, taking on Alabama, with college football happening in a massive way to start 2026. Yeah, I'd say that's the most American thing you could be a part of, and we salute the hell out of the troops. The past, the present, and the future, and any future bombers that we got that take out assholes around the world that don't like us, shout out to them as well. Good question, Schrags. That's why you're an Emmy Award-winning journalist.
I loved it. It was cool. I got emotional, and you said it. You said there's 2 things that no other country has: college football and that B-2 bomber, and that got me riled up, baby.
We got college football, you don't. Shout out America, and we got that thing. I don't know what everybody else has, but I feel good about where we're at forever. Yeah. And it was a beautiful thing. There was a couple off-mic moments people thought that got caught on air. That was crazy. People were like, these guys don't know they're on air. It's like, what?
Oh, you mean red,
that's
white,
what we
boner?
do.
Said that right into this mic.
Yeah, now I said freedom erection. Yeah, right into another microphone. And then I saw people going, it's crazy what these people will say whenever they're not on the microphone. It's like, even crazier, lady. We're dropping that shit right onto the live mic. And who was I talking to? There was somebody grabbed my microphone. And whenever I said, it feels like somebody's talking into my microphone, I guess you couldn't hear it on the feed. Some audio person was trying to fix my microphone because it wasn't working. And he was just talking right into it. Yep. And it was going into all of our ears, like while I was talking. So I was trying to tell that guy to turn off the microphone because you were speaking into our ears. I guess the feed couldn't hear it. But then people were like, oh, they don't think they're live. It's like, we know we're live. And did you see what we just saw?
Yeah.
You're not getting a freedom erection? I mean,
Call sign Death 11. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Okay. I think we're having.
It's not a jet. It's a bomber.
Yeah. Emmett McMahon, properly known as PMI Mitt, texted in the group as this thing happened. That jet was sweet. It's not a jet. Okay. It's a stealth bomber. I guess it does fly in the sky, though, where other jets would potentially be. So we respect that. He is employed by us. So we are certainly a part of the problem, and we'll try to learn him up. And now, on that note, let's learn about some ball. You're down in Tampa, I think? Huge one.
Yeah.
I'm in Tampa. Let's talk about
real quick,
Carolina
though,
and Tampa Bay. Go ahead.
I did want to say something because I'm watching Cignetti. I watch you and Cignetti go back and forth, and we're talking about him in the college game. Like, it is not a deep class of NFL coaches right now.
Don't you even think about it.
Nope. You're talking about Vrabel last year,
Shut
Ben
your mouth.
Johnson. I don't know if there's a hotter coach in any level than this guy. And if you look at those vacancies, Adam said it earlier, there might be 4 or 5 more. I'd be very curious to see if an NFL team picks up that phone and calls old Bloomington, Indiana, and just inquires that gentleman right there. Because I don't know if I've ever seen a better coaching job than what this man has done.
He's very comfortable in his own skin. He is who he is. He's a talent evaluator. He loves college ball. Obviously, he's dedicated his entire life to it. What he's doing for Indiana, incredibly remarkable and unbelievable. And he even said, be a good movie, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. And then Reese was like, is there a follow-up to that? And Sig was just like, who's yours? No, he didn't say that. That was later. But Reese did ask him about his thoughts on it, and he said it'd be a good movie. And then Reese was like, I don't know if you're going to keep going or not. And then Sig just kind of looks at him. Okay, next question. Reese, Next question. Sig is like that, though. I mean, you are on, even when we talk to him, I feel like we get along with him very well. I don't know where he's going. I genuinely don't know where he's going, and I think that's a part of his greatness. His team loves him. His team has obviously rallied around him. The school has rallied around him. The state has rallied around him, and I think he loves exactly where he's at. Yeah. I mean, when you talk about statues, that thing's already made. I mean, he's already got a statue in Bloomington. Who knows what else will come? I appreciate you acknowledging this.
I said it's one of the great coaching jobs ever. And I asked Twitter, I'm like, is there a comp? And where a guy comes and out of nowhere, a program that's just been moribund and asleep for 100 years suddenly becomes a power. And the only 2 comparisons I got that were even close, that I think were good, Bill Snyder at Kansas State, he resurrected that thing, but that was with a lot of JUCO guys, and they built it up, and they had that great run with Michael Bishop and Darren Sproles and all that. And then Jim Calhoun at UConn, because UConn is up there in stores, not necessarily a power. And then all of a sudden, UConn was rattling off Big East championships and national titles. But that is a elite company of coaching.
I think Brad, too, here at Butler, right?
Yeah, Brad Stevens for sure.
Yeah.
Whenever he did.
Consistent multiple years of national title contention.
Now, I don't want to say like basketball is not comparable to football, but it's hard because there's like 13 people on their roster, and then there's 85 to 100 on a football roster. So getting everybody to buy in like that, obviously a taller task, but I'm not putting down basketball coaching as well. Obviously, it's difficult. But yeah, Sig's special, man. He's awesome. And he's a Western Pennsylvania guy that went to West Virginia, and now he's out here in Indiana. It's like he and I have a lot in common. I've met 1,000 Curt Cignetti-like peoples in my life. There's only one Curt Cignetti, though.
Yeah, I love that. Great take.
He is he's a special Italian, man. Special Italian Inzer, who is special for ball. Okay, let's bounce around to the NFL a little bit. You're down there for the NFC South battle. Now, Carolina wins, and they're in. Bucks win. Atlanta loses. Bucks win. Atlanta wins. Tampa Bay wins. Carolina's in. That is basically how it goes, right? Carolina, 2 out of the 3 different outcomes, going to be the NFC South champs and host the playoff game. What are the other storylines going into this one, other than the Bucks have been absolute ass? What are your thoughts?
Yeah,
there?
they have been. They're 1-7 the last 8 weeks. They started off 6-2, and in that 6-2 start, they won a game in Seattle. They beat the Texans with that defense, and they beat the 49ers straight up. And then they went off the rails, and they've been awful ever since. We spoke with the Buccaneers yesterday, had a good chat with Baker. It's basically, this is the first week of the season where they don't control their own destiny in the division. And the message around the team was, look around. We're a bunch of veterans. We've all been here. We've all done this. Let's leave it out there on the field, and let's do this. Let's play free. They're hoping to get Tristan Wirfs on the field. I think he'll play. And they're hoping to get Kalijah Kancey back, who has been out for 14 weeks and is their energy guy and their best player on their defensive line next to Vita Vea. So there is hope in the air. They are not a defeated bunch. And yet, to your point, if you're at home and you're trying to figure it out the playoff-wise, Buccaneers fans need to root for Baker, and they got to root for Tyler Shuck. If they get those 2 guys to win, the Buccaneers can go to the playoffs.
Last question on this game. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, Shregs, people have tried to, I guess they hypothesize maybe that Baker's not 100%. Do you know, you get any feeling that this guy's banged up a little bit?
Oh, yeah. Baker's all sorts of banged up. I mean, he's playing with about 100
What's the most?
It's one of those.
What's the biggest problem, you think?
Well, I could look at the injury report and what I got. I don't have it on me right now, but there's multiple things listed, and he's going to play and be Baker and be what he's going to be. That's what it is. And it's his whole body's aching. What's interesting is it's the first time he's had all 4 wide receivers healthy, the last couple of weeks, and that includes Jalen McMillan and Mike Evans, who have been out. So they get Bucky Irving back there. They get Tristan Wirfs if they can. Like, suddenly they're the healthiest they've been in weeks. But Baker, of course, is banged up, but he's not going to miss this for the world.
Let's go to the number 1 seed in the NFC Saturday night special. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Shregs, what do you think the biggest takeaway is from 49ers and Seattle? Seattle, I don't know. I mean, maybe they've obviously been very good all year, but no one is playing as good as the San Francisco 49ers.
Well, it sounds like Ty's already made his selection there, didn't it?
Well,
Seattle, I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying, I mean, Brock Purdy is arguably the best player in the NFL right now.
Kind of done this with Darnold already.
Yeah, we kind of have done this with Darnold already, but he, he has obviously a big shot at redemption. How do you see this one going?
Well, I think it's an incredible game, and we're blessed on ESPN to have both of these games on our network on Saturday. And you look at Darnold, you look at last year, you also look at the fact that Clint Kubiak is a Kyle Shanahan disciple, and Sam Darnold spent all that time with Kyle Shanahan when he was the backup to Purdy. And you think, does Kyle Shanahan have something up his sleeve where he knows this other team and knows how to solve them? I would also look at this. 2 other parts to this game that are really interesting to me. The first one is an easier one. There's a carrot at the end of this game. If they win this game, they do not have to leave their homes the rest of the year. The Super Bowl is in.
What?
The Super Bowl is well, they can go to the facility, but the Super Bowl is in Santa Clara. Ooh. And it would be the first time ever that the number 1 seed also has a Super Bowl at home. So we've seen the Buccaneers and the Rams win Super Bowls in their building, but they went on the road and they had to do some things to get there. This one will be fascinating because the Super Bowl being there means that they can get a full week off after this.
That's cool.
And then 2 games and then the Super Bowl. Unheard of stuff. So that's the carrot. The second thing, which I think is really interesting, as we're debating Stafford or May. Remember, humans vote on this award in the MVP. What Christian McCaffrey has done the last few weeks on 2 primetime games.
All right.
With the rest of this roster.
Shregs, don't Dan Orlovsky this thing.
Not even being listed in these odds makers. They're saying Bo Nix and CJ Stroud have a better shot than Christian McCaffrey. I'm telling you this. There are 50 voters. Orlovsky's one of them. There are several at ESPN. We're humans. I am not one. I don't know if everyone's looking at the EPA stats and the strength of schedule. They might just be looking at when the games mattered the most, who played the best. Stafford threw 3 picks on a Monday night game in Atlanta last week. Drake May was up 21-0 and lost against Buffalo the last time we saw them on national TV.
Shut up, dude.
The last 3 weeks, though, of the season, the 49ers had prime time against the Colts. McCaffrey ran wild. Prime time last week against the Bears. McCaffrey ran wild. And if he goes 1,000 and does it by beating the Seahawks for the number 1 seed, I'm telling you, odds makers be damned. This thing can flip. There is a narrative to be said that, hey, this is the year that we give it to a running back.
Okay, I don't really. With what Drake May has done, I understand you guys don't want to crown him. I understand that. It was really cute though that you crowned Malik Neighbors and you called him better than Terry McLaurin before anything happened. Basically, before this season, which was a wild move by you. But you've hit on a lot of things as well that were wild.
Yeah. Is that such a wild move that Malik Neighbors has a higher upside and might be a better receiver than Terry McLaurin?
That wasn't the conversation.
Sorry.
Now you're doing exactly what ESPN people do. So, that is, let's just go ahead and let's stop doing that. But just what Drake May has done this season, there shouldn't be hey, let's pitch for somebody else to win it. What Christian McCaffrey has done, certainly special. And we are some of his biggest fans, whatever the case. Drake May is 23 in his second year. And even with this 32nd ranked schedule or whatever, what he has done against common opponents with Matthew Stafford, who people are saying has done it, is better than what Matthew Stafford was doing. It's and you can't really name, Stephon Diggs. Okay, keep going.
Exactly.
You're right.
Okay, valuable is the V
Douglas.
in MVP, right? Okay, so it's I understand you old TV people don't want to kind of give it to Drake May because he's in his second year, but it's this year is warranted of an MVP winner for Drake May, and I respect pitching Christian McCaffrey.
For the record.
I respect Dan Orlovsky, who has a vote. I did not know he had
he shouldn't.
I did
Take
not
it
know
away.
he had a vote. I did not know Dan Orlovsky had a vote with what he did for Stafford. It's okay, I respect what you're doing. I love Matthew Stafford. I think we've been very open with our love for Matthew Stafford. Christian McCaffrey, Massive fan. I've been very open about how much we like him. But, like, Drake May's season is fucking special. Like, this has been warranted of an MVP for sure.
So let me tell you how it's voted. So you have to fill out a ballot 1 to 5, and the person you put number 1 gets like 5 points. The person you put number 2 gets like 4 points. The person you get number 3 put 3. So it's not necessarily who gets the most first place votes. It's this culmination of 50 different voters. And it's interesting because, yes, Orlovsky has one, but I think like Boomer Esiason has one, Troy Aikman has one. There's a lot of former players who have them, but it's also writers and it's also people on TV. But I don't know if there is okay, here's how I would say it.
Okay.
We've had second-year quarterbacks. Lamar did it. Pat Mahomes did it. Kurt Warner did it. We've seen second-year quarterbacks win it.
Marino.
I don't know if they look at Drake May's season as this historic slam dunk, most valuable player type season.
All right. On that note, AP voter Tone Diggs is here. Tone, whenever you look at it all, how are you kind of viewing it? And MVP award has become quarterback award. I think that is basically what has happened. So if you guys were to not vote Drake in with the year that he's had, boy, the massholes are going to be loud for a long time about it, you know? But on that note, feels like you do understand that Drake's had a year that he's had, although your vote is not final until all 17 games are played.
Yes, I need to see all 17 games, and it is a 2-horse race, I believe, between Drake and Matthew Stafford. And I respect the Christian McCaffrey angle. It's just, I feel like it's hard, even though he has basically been that entire offense, especially when Mac Jones was the quarterback. But Bijan technically is having a better season statistically than him, so that kind of hurts him in that.
Yeah, that's a team that's been eliminated since
I know.
week 12.
No, I agree. I completely agree. And yes, that's where the valuable thing comes in and all of that. But no, I don't think Drake's a clear-cut winner right now either. Like Stafford. If that game didn't happen the other night, which it did, it obviously did, and it didn't happen in week 17, like Stafford would still be the favorite.
Okay, I appreciate that. That's AP voter.
That's right.
That's a voter. Schrags and I don't have a vote. Neither does AJ. Dan Orlovsky does, though.
I don't want to vote. Stay away.
Neither. I would like you to have the greatest weekend of all time, though. We'll see you on Monday. Goodbye.
Love you guys.
Oh, that was good. I think you did get it in. I think you did get it in. That was really good work out of you. Connor has Exhibit A.
Well, I mean, just the wording really pissed me off, you know, and not everybody might. It's not just like the other Lamar Jackson seasons that are historic. Drake May is the first ever quarterback with 4,200 pass yards, 30-plus pass touchdowns, 110-plus passer rating, 400-plus rushing yards, and 4 rushing touchdowns. So, like, well,
yeah, but they're not going to get the number 1 seed.
But that's like
maybe, but probably.
I mean, we've had this conversation. It would be a nightmare, and I said this, Schrager, just as a Patriots fan, I would take a win in the playoffs over an MVP.
Of course,
because if he were to win the MVP and they were to lose in the first round of the playoffs, everyone for the rest of time would call him a easy schedule merchant, and the only reason he won the MVP was because of the schedule, and that they would never actually beat a good team, and that he's not a good quarterback.
Did you know it's actually Stanford Steve told me this weekend? Easiest schedule since 1999.
Well, it sounds like we know. Does Steve have a vote? It sounds like we know what he's trying to do.
Steve says a lot.
We see. It was his birthday the other day.
Happy birthday, Steve.
Happy New Year.
He's 49.
What's that?
Yeah, he's on TV. Of course he says a lot.
Yeah.
They Stevie TV is what they call Stanford. That is what they call him. He looks so young.
He does.
Doesn't that look amazing? He was wearing that red with red behind him.
I know.
Which was surprising.
That's such an aggressive move for his particular Caucasoid.
Yeah. I was more surprised seeing that than his co-host.
We love love. What a moment. What a moment. So he had no idea what was coming?
Didn't look like
They're just kind of running whatever. And then natural reaction.
Life comes at you fast.
It certainly does, especially if whoever's running the video is just like, let's fucking, let's see what he does.
Take a lot.
Let's see what he does here. What about Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Respect working those hours too on
New Year's. Legit. Now, granted, we had 3 New Year's, Shrags. We were flying.
Oh my gosh.
We hit them all. We had 26 hours at least. AJ, have you thought about that? How many hours we had on December 31st? It had to be.
I have not yet.
Had to be 27 hours. Have not thought about it. It's because
he's living
he's right now.
I'm here.
And then the next one.
Shrags, we learned this about AJ. He broke this down to us on the flight to the Cotton Bowl or to LA. He literally just lives in the moment. I was like, we all try to live in the moment. He goes, no, but I'm actually living in this moment right now. And here, and here, and here, and here. And I'm like, Jesus, you're a goldfish.
I guess that's how some people would describe it, but I'm just mentally where my feet are is what I am. And
My
it's
guy.
hard. Yeah, and right here, do you remember what this exact moment was, AJ?
I do not. No.
Okay.
We do.
So we were telling him, oh, no, there's a new king of the Big Ten, and it's the Indiana Hoosiers. He didn't want to hear it.
What was he doing?
He patting.
He was potting.
Yeah, AJ Pat.
AJ was potting all weekend, Shregs, because Ohio State lost to Miami. He was potting pretty good.
Some very lucky person at the hotel just picked up a gorgeous sweatsuit that was worn once out there.
I don't know about gorgeous. I mean,
Should have been me.
Yeah, no. Granted, Connor would have certainly worn that every day, which goes to the exact point I was making there. That sweatsuit was something. That sweatsuit was something, dude. I had no idea that he was going to. Did you think that ever with AJ? No.
I certainly didn't think when I saw him wearing that
On New
that
Year's
is
Eve?
what he was going to be wearing on the sidelines.
Maybe it was because he was getting a little active because he thought he was in the game, because it was a Buckeye game and he's a little different. How about the shot of him yelling at the ref to call a fucking touchdown?
Yep.
Oh, he's in it,
that
Trix.
guy.
He's in those games for real. It's awesome to watch. It's a part of why college football is so amazing. AJ lives in the Columbus area.
Well,
obviously an Ohio State legend, but it was every snap he was with it, and he just so happens to have a microphone on him with people talking shit to him while it's happening. It was cool to watch. AJ, you are why college football is great, though. Sorry, Shregs. Go ahead, brother.
I was gonna say I watched the entire broadcast and I texted you guys at halftime. Pat, I'm not trying to blow smoke up your what, but you did play-by-play really well also, and that's a skill that without having the spotter and the full thing, you were calling those plays as they were happening in real time from the end zone. It's pretty impressive broadcasting chops you showed there too.
Oh, thanks, Trix. Yeah, it's very difficult to see anything, so I'm just saying whatever dumb brain has. But D-Butt and AJ both basically have the game pinned pretty quickly. I mean, it is a...
He almost stopped talking, so...
Yeah, 2 quarters. All right, I guess I'll stop talking. The game's over. Game's only 2 quarters because at the beginning and during the commercial breaks, everybody who had a microphone to AJ's ears were letting him know, oh, no, 14-0. This thing's over. Okay, game's over. I'll stop talking there. I won't say anything for the rest of the game. It was that's where he was doing his pouting. But for us, calling it, AJ and Darius have the game immediately.
Dialed in.
Almost immediately, exactly what we're looking for, what it's going to be. And then once you start kind of getting into it, the players make the game, So all we're trying to do is spotlight the players.
There's some dog days, I'm sure, of the sports calendar, but you have to at least pinch yourself when you're on the field in those moments, right?
Oh, yeah. The Cotton Bowl we added. We would like to do that. Can we do that? Oh, well, you're not contracted, so would you like to take one from Future? It's no, just you guys, we're not paying to do it for sure. But the other way, can we do this? They're absolutely. We don't have any setup. So it's we're very thankful for the opportunity to do it. And when we're down there, it is always a constant reminder to each other and to ourselves about how dumb this whole life is. I don't want to speak out of pocket.
No, without a doubt. I mean, without a doubt. Cool. That is, you're hard pressed. We've done a lot of cool shit. I don't know if anything
favorite part of the
tops that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so stupid we get to do that.
Best part of the year.
Yeah, Rose Bowl every time. We eat the grass on the Rose Bowl every time we step onto the field.
We do not. So that is what you guys
that
are
is
doing?
We have to at our end. You have to.
Yeah, for the Bugle Boys' broadcast on the other side, we have to have the Rose Bowl in us. We need to be penetrated by
because you guys
the
played
Rose
in
Bowl.
the league, so our credibility is to have the Rose Bowl inside of us.
Yeah. Okay, and you guys certainly do cheers that, or is it
no, just
no,
pick it up.
Do it on your
nice
own.
one.
It's a very personal moment when the Rose Bowl enters.
Oh, it's like a ceremony.
Exactly.
Very, very much so. And even yesterday, we had a lot of that rain, so that was some of the more fresh grass that I've had.
Noodly,
at the Rose
if you will.
Bowl.
Okay, so how many pieces of grass? How many?
I'd say
like
20
what
to
you
30.
like what you would pick up on a tee box to see which way the wind's going.
Yeah.
And are you doing one bite or is it?
All in one.
It's
I think, I'm pretty sure I saw Connor pick up part of the painted grass on the sideline.
His was
too. I
soon
don't
as
think
we
he
got
went to
down
the
there.
fresh
Some
grass.
painted, and I'm gonna just say it, a smidge of dirt this year. Usually,
Okay.
Yeah.
Usually it's just the grass, but I got a little of the brown stuff, and I didn't hate it.
So the granddaddy of them all was inside all of you.
Yeah.
This year I lipped mine. I put a lipper in for a little bit.
Oh, you're sucking
Yeah,
Dahn.
it was nice.
Yeah, he was sucking daddy.
The granddaddy of them all. I love that.
Tastes so good.
Why don't you guys tell me that? I can put that over that you guys are literally living the Rose Bowl.
We don't want to brag about it, man.
And everybody's trying to gnaw on it.
Yeah, everyone wants to suck on granddaddy.
Of them all, Rose Bowl.
Yes, but we honor it by doing that.
Thank you guys for doing that.
Yeah.
So that's what you can feel through the TV, Shregs. You can feel that.
Tomorrow, Shregs, do it to the field, Tampa.
I will.
Maybe grab a piece of the ship, actually, and eat.
There you go. It's not the Rose
Suck
Bowl,
on the
but-
ship.
Yeah, take a splinter.
Pat, weather-wise, Montana State or Rose Bowl rain? What do you remember more?
I would take Rose Bowl rain 1,000 times out of 1,000, I think.
Yeah.
That Montana State thing, it was so cold. And shout out to the game day crew. So at Montana State, we were powering through generators because it was so cold. So they were losing power, and they had to make a decision on, like, do we send the show or do they still get a heater for their feet? You know, like that was decisions that were being
Either or.
That was decisions that were being made. So obviously the feet heater lost there. So they sent that thing out to the world so we could continue to be live. And I'll tell you what, that was a decision that was made that did not think about the humans that were out there. It was really cold. Because even the fans that were out there freezing with us, they had like fires going around.
Yeah.
Like they were around fires. It was like -14 or something like that. -20 was crazy. The frozenness of everybody's body while we were doing the show will make me remember that forever. But also, it's not a bad memory. Like, that's not a bad memory.
Yeah.
That was cool to be a part of. Don't want to sign up for it again, but it was certainly like a cool moment that I remember forever. That Rose Bowl rain, I think Saban was in the worst spot. So with the way the wind was blowing into the stage. My left side was getting hit. Herbie's right side was getting hit. So if it was Herbie's right side and my left side, I think that was basically
the full width of his back.
I think Saban was getting hit by that. It was like 50, 55. It wasn't like freezing. Could see the breath a couple times though. But yeah, we were just getting onslaught from behind us. But it was like
Couldn't believe I would turn, because I went to sleep probably right after the game Thursday night, and then I wake up and there you are in Los Angeles. I mean, it's just unbelievable to me.
Thank you. Yeah, it was unbelievable to me too. And I'll tell you what, I almost missed that one. You know, I gave myself the hoot with the owl, soar with the eagle speech like 10 times.
Yeah, you have to.
That 6 a.m. local, that game day goes live. 5:27, I'm still naked in my bed.
Really?
Yeah, I'm naked in my bed. And I'm laying there staring, doing the, you get to do this. You can't be just out there hooting with the owls if you can't soar with the eagle. Could you imagine you don't show up?
Yeah.
What is Saban going to say about you? You don't show up to this thing. And I immediately get up.
But how good did that pillow feel? Oh.
I was thinking about it the whole time. I was thinking about it. And then I get outside. The bus or whatever, and it's actual monsoon happening. And it's like, all right, at least this wakes me up though, you know? And then you walk down the tunnel and it was all drenched. And I'm in cowboy boots. I'm maybe I got to eat shit.
Slipping and sliding.
So like I'm like dancing down this tunnel while drenched, and it was like I like woke up, dude, you know. And then you get down onto the field, and they're obviously working their asses off with the squeegees, which we appreciated for sure. Because if that would have sat there, I don't know how much more it could have taken with the amount of water that was falling in there.
Nice.
The field itself was unbelievable. Where we were, it wasn't even that bad.
No.
The Rose Bowl crew did a phenomenal job, but it felt like it was very relenting, I would say. Yeah, and we I don't know if you heard, we did a peek and go with the plane too. I've already told the story once on here, so I don't want to like continue to do it. But plane down, 200 feet, back up, can't land.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that was at 1:15, and then we get 2 a.m. to LAX, 2:40 back to Pasadena, 2:45 back to Pasadena. Shout out to Denzel driving me over there to get back there. So then 3 o'clock to 5:10ish, 5:15. We're trying to pass out, and then we wake up.
Did you sleep at all or no?
I got like an hour and 40, 2 hours there. But it was we're lucky to do it. As soon as you get down to the game day set, it's like at the fucking Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
You see Steve over there.
Yeah, wearing his
jolly.
Yeah.
Didn't even know it was his birthday.
Yeah, here's a guy.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's like, good to see you, Steve. Appreciate you. The whole crew, the camera crew were all there. I didn't see them the last time. I don't think they were there, so it was good to see them. Good to see you. Good team. Some of them are just getting absolutely pissed on. It's like,
when we got to the hotel, they were leaving to go to the game day set.
Yeah, to go set up all the stuff.
Yeah, when I got to thing, they had already set up all of the security barricades to get in for the day because people were checking into work for the day as we were getting there for the first time. Yeah. 1 through 2.
I did Good Morning Football for many years, and we used to do the draft in those LA, like we did the draft in Vegas. I'll never forget. I had a 2 a.m. call time in Vegas because we need, it's whatever. And I'm walking up there and the entire world is at the casino tables. The entire world is spilling out of clubs. And I'm wearing a shirt and tie with a mock draft at 2 a.m, walking up to the room to do the filming. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah. You morning show, folks. What time did you guys start Eastern?
We used to start at 7 Eastern. So it'd be 4 Pacific. And, we have the Zoom call, the meeting, the whole thing. When they moved the show to the West Coast, it was like, you lose years off your life. And that I couldn't do it much longer.
And we're pumped you came over to
Hell
Houston.
yeah.
How's that for a morbid take?
No, we are pumped. The morning show thing, I started with the Bob and Tom folks, which are radio. Yeah. And by started, I mean like once a week I would go in there. You commit your entire life to doing morning. I mean, that is, hey, you're going to bed 8, 9 o'clock because you're up.
I did it 10 years on the East Coast, but when the West Coast, when the show's over and the sun's not up yet,
You're a third shifter, brother.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what that becomes. And shout out to all the third shifters, but on
no doubt,
their entire life is different. And I'm happy you said, I don't know if I'm built for it. I don't know if I am built for it. We got a couple other questions about what's happening around the NFL, Shregs, before we make our picks and get the hell out of here. It's going to be a great weekend.
It's going to be a great weekend.
It's going to be a very good weekend.
Yeah.
We got great ball this weekend, Shregs. Great ball this weekend.
So good.
Week 18 of the NFL season is about to deliver. Ty Schmidt has a question for you, Shregs.
Yeah, Shregs, just curious, when you look at the potential number 1 pick in the draft and how that can shake out, I know a lot of New Yorkers are all pissed off because the Giants won last week, and if they lose, it's not guaranteed. There's a chance they could either have the number 2 pick. I don't know if they have the number 1 pick. They could go all the way down to 7. How do you think this is going to shake out? And also, have you heard anything? Like, is Fernando Mendoza for sure going to be the number 1 pick in the NFL draft?
Yes.
There's such a long way to go, but I would say he is the perennial favorite right now with 2 teams, the Jets and the Raiders, both in desperate need of a young quarterback. So you would assume that he would be, and he has checked every box. And I spoke to Daniel Jeremiah for a while this week because I don't think there's anyone better as far as year-round doing this stuff. And DJ was like, the nitpick on him is that it's all RPO. It's all RPO. So he's like, so I went through all the 3rd and 7s or longer, and this kid is money in that situation without the RPO. He's smart as hell. He's a great kid, and he takes a beating and just gets right back up. The comparison that DJ made, which I thought was really good, and I shared it on Get Up this morning, everyone's talking that he's, it's Kirk Cousins because of his personality. That's fine. Playing-wise, though, and I think it's a really good compliment, he said Matt Ryan, where it's just big body, smart as hell, can do the progressions, can stand in the pocket, and is just a leader in every single way. I mean, and that to me is worthy of the 1st overall pick. The other quarterbacks in this draft are you got Moore, who's a bit of a long shot to be the number 1 pick, and the number 3 quarterback. We don't know if Simpson's coming, what his deal is. We don't know if Trinidad Chambliss is going to skyrocket up, but it is a shallow quarterback draft class, to say the least.
Fernando is definitely the number 1. Once they meet him and talk to him, it's only going to grow. And I think maybe even a team that doesn't need doesn't appear to need a quarterback might want to make their move for Fernando. I appreciate your comparisons to Matt Ryan and Kirk Cousins and stuff like that. He's a dog, though. And not that they weren't. Okay, I think they obviously have to be dog to be able to play in the NFL and everything like that. But like the way he talks is that of a football dog. He takes a lot of pride in the fact that he's tough. He takes a lot of pride in the fact he's a good teammate. He brought all the boys up to the Heisman. And everybody's talking about Diego and his offensive lineman. For sure, should be a part of it. Fernando's boys were there too with him, and they got trapped up there. They actually there was a flight situation. They all hung out,
right?
And Fernando led the way. It's like I don't know. Maybe we're too
close. How about this?
We're too close to the
How about
situation.
He's 6'5".
He goes
to New York.
Shregs.
6'5". He's a beast. He can move. He moved yesterday. And I'll tell you this. He goes to New York, and I know that this was covered at the time, but what's he do Saturday Heisman afternoon? Is he out, shopping himself? No, he took, 10 different kids whose parents suffer from multiple sclerosis on a shopping spree around New York City. That's how he spent the day. Like, I've never met him. But if you think he's cringe or dorky, like please go get your quarterback. I will take this kid 10 out of 10 times.
He is dorky though. Like that is,
and that's okay.
Yeah, that's
can
a good
he
thing.
Win me games?
I think it's a good thing that he's a dork. We need to start changing that. I don't know how we change that because we'll say nerd and dork, and I'll have like nerds and dorks get upset at me. And it's like I mean it as I don't mean this like 20 years ago, nerd and dork. I feel like now nerd is a good thing. It's a good thing to be a nerd or a dork. I think.
Yeah, I would call myself a nerd or dork. Like the first thing I'm doing after this is going to watch Stranger Things. Is that nerdy and dorky? Maybe. Am I going to play video games all
I think
weekend?
culture's a little
No,
bit more
because Ruben
nerdy
Bain's
and
doing the
dorky
same
now.
thing. So.
I think culture's a little bit more nerdy and dorky.
Now the Legos
because they
thing.
do a lot of tech stuff and all
But
that
like you
shit.
said too, like he doesn't play like that when he's on the
No.
field. Like he's a fucking killer on the football field.
And also, I got cracked, no pause, and then just kept rolling. It's like, okay, like I think he's a guy. Like I think he's a program generational quarterback is what I think of Fernando Mendoza. That is how I view him. Just everything about him screams guy. Like everything about, he's addicted to film, super smart, loves his teammates. You talked about him taking the shopping spree to the kids of MS families. That's because his mom has MS. So he's literally watched life go the way it's gone and has found motivation, inspiration, never going to get in trouble. And oh yeah, he can fucking spin it. Everything is the tightest spiral. Every ball coming out of his hands is an absolute dart. AJ, am I mistaken in that? Even his warm-up throws, because of the white paint on the ball, you literally see it. Now, he's need to hold on the ball there on the sideline, but when he spins it,
Almost killed Sig.
I mean, it's a perfect throw every single time, it feels like, AJ. So if he goes to a cold weather climate, he'll be able to handle it. It feels like he is a generational type NFL quarterback potentially, is what it feels like, AJ.
Yeah, he feels like the prototype that you would want, and all of his everything, like the mental part of it, is just on top of what he does physically, is what puts him over the top for me. Like he seems like a no-brainer.
Can he figure it out though at the NFL level? That's always going to be the question at the quarterback position.
Well, there's also this knock that, well, he was a 1-star recruit. Guess what? Cam Ward was a 0-star recruit. And I don't care what guys were recruited by the services when they were 15, 16 years old. Can we take the kids for what they are now? He's 22 years old. He's played in, I believe, 33 college football games now. He started them. If we haven't learned anything from Bo Nix and Tyler Shuck the last 2 years, I'll take a quarterback with some experience and who's played in multiple systems over the raw product who you say, well, he could jump real high.
Yeah, and he might be able to jump high.
We don't know.
We have no idea. Him running yesterday was so funny.
Yeah.
Because he's a lumbering lad. And it's like, I didn't know this was a part of his game. Carson Beck doing the same exact thing. I wonder what Carson will do, for the quarterback draft class going forward. Honestly, because he's
a big sumbitch too.
really
And
tall.
there's your 5-star guy who we've been hearing about since he was 12.
Correct.
So that's the other side of the spectrum, right?
And he's won big games. You can point it like, hey, he's been a part of big games and has won big games. His teammates like him. He's been in 2 different places. Like, there is a lot to like about Carson Beck as well. And then Dante Moore, I guess there's a chance if you listen to Pete Thamel earlier, where he goes back to Oregon. So it's like,
He was another one of those 5-stars.
all of a sudden you got some questions up there at the top. All of a sudden you got some questions at the top. Are the Indiana Hoosiers about to have the number 1 overall pick?
Yes.
They might.
It feels like they are a lock to, especially when you like kind of.
At DraftKings, I believe he's minus 450 to go number 1 overall.
He's this big too.
Yeah.
Has Indiana had a basketball player go? Was Isaiah first overall pick?
That's a good question, Pete. When they see him too, they're gonna only be more impressed. I mean, he's big.
House.
He's very big. Like, it's like, holy shit. And the way his throwing motion is like perfect. He's got like perfect mechanics. And I'm telling you, the ball comes out fucking perfectly. I mean, it is, every time is the tightest spiral. Go ahead.
IU basketball has had 2 number 1 overall picks: Walt Bellamy in 1961 and Kent Benson in 1977.
Kent Benson was a problem.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then at the other end.
Isaiah and Victor Oladipo were first-round picks, but not number 1 overall.
Oladipo was there. He looked so cool. He had a jacket on that made him look awesome.
Was he at the game?
Yeah. A lot of Indiana legends around. Mark Cuban, I believe, was there.
Yeah, I saw Cuban Cubester.
Cube's big supporter of.
He got a big pop on the Jumbotron.
Yeah, as he should. He's a big supporter of Indiana athletics. I think he is really. I think he's a part of a massive piece of Indiana sports right now, kind of having a big resurgence. So that's good. Pittsburgh guy comes to Indiana, does his thing. Cignetti, Pittsburgh guy, comes to Indiana, does his thing. We, Pittsburgh people, come to Indiana, do our thing. It's a great state over here, dude. Let's talk a little bit about Pittsburgh, though, shall we? Go ahead, Tone Diggs.
Yeah, Striggs, obviously Sunday Night Football is a big one for a lot of different reasons. Winner goes to the playoffs. Losing coach who knows what's going to happen. Even the winning coach, as Schefter talked about earlier, who knows what happens if they have an early first-round exit in the playoffs. You've been one of the more positive people talking on TV about the Pittsburgh Steelers and their chance Sunday night. Why is that? And then what do you think about the coaching situation for these teams if either, obviously one of them is going to lose on Sunday night?
Aaron Rodgers lives for moments like this. Aaron Rodgers had a moment in 2022 at the end of the season where it was winning in, and it was his last game as a Packer, and he lost on Sunday Night Football to an aspiring Lions team.
Oh, no. He was about to be positive. They shut him down.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're
back.
He hasn't had a he's looking to avenge that. And I'll tell you, last week, get it out of the system. You go into this game, they played the Baltimore Ravens a few weeks ago. Everyone picked Baltimore to win. It was in Baltimore. They punched Baltimore in the mouth right from the get-go, and they never looked back. I don't understand how everyone today wakes up and says, oh, well, at home in Pittsburgh, which might be Aaron Rodgers' last game, they might get TJ Watt back on the field. Oh, and by the way, Mike Tomlin might be coaching his last game, that they're suddenly going to take a nap and go in the corner and not show up for this one. I have full confidence that the Steelers are not going to be the same Steelers team that we saw against the Browns last week or against the Chargers earlier this season. I'm picking the Steelers to win this. They're at home, and they've got Aaron Rodgers at quarterback in a game where everyone's doubting them. I'll take those odds.
I love to hear that. Pittsburgh people are certainly going to be interested in your thoughts there, because
But I'm not sure, because I said that.
I think they're torn, brother. Go ahead.
A lot of them are like, no, just lose and just be done with this whole thing.
Exactly. Yes, that is what I'm referring to. Yeah, a lot of them are very torn. It's like, okay, so we win this game. Great. Our AFC North title, and we get a home playoff game for what? Oh, it's going to be the fourth time we come down to Acrisure, this season, and play a team that's actually good, and they're going to beat the hell out of us in front of our faces. That has happened in Pittsburgh like 3 times this year already, right? Was it 3 times?
Yeah. Green Bay was at home.
Seattle.
Bills was at home. Seattle was at home. Yeah.
So it's already happened 3 times at home where Yinzers have had to travel in.
Had to lead at halftime and all those.
But to get there, had to leave 2 hours before the game to get there to the tunnels.
Well, I'm going to play schedule maker. I know those guys at the league office pretty well. And traditionally, we get the 4-5 game as a Monday night playoff game for ESPN. And it's either NFC or AFC. If we're doing Panthers, Buccaneers tomorrow on ESPN, I doubt they're going to give ESPN Panthers, Buccaneers winner the following week. So I would imagine the winner of this game is going to play Monday Night Football the following week for the wild card round in that building. So if you can't get up for a Monday night game at home in the playoffs,
that'd be awesome. We're great on Monday night at home.
Undefeated.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, mama.
Shit, we're going.
Talking it, boys.
We're going to the divisional round.
And then guess what?
Anything.
Oh, mama, I'm in fear for my life. Oh, my God.
Divisional round in Foxborough.
Already won there this year. That's a piece of cake.
Yeah.
Hey, if they go to the divisional, they're probably playing against either Drake May or Bo Nix. You guys.
That'd be fun.
Ever won a playoff game?
That'd be fun. Never seen him do it. Never seen him do it.
Aaron Rodgers on the road. I've seen it before, and it was the 2011 Packers.
So
and
the
AJ
Steelers.
Hawk was on the team.
Yeah, they beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl that year.
They did.
He owes us one.
Oh, Lombo.
So do
This
you,
is a
Ray.
giant vat of iced tea from Publix. Hello.
I love that. Hold on. How many, he said, what is it, unsweet or super sweet? Which one?
I go unsweet.
Of course. Just the tea only?
Gross.
Body is a temple. Here it is.
Yeah, of course. Let's
0
do that.
calories.
Look at that. Hold on. What do we have in there? We got
cancer,
potassium.
probably.
We got, hold on.
There's
H.
fucking nothing but sodium in there.
Potassium, sodium,
Just salt water?
Dump some sugar in there, Shregs.
yeah, what is in there? Oh, yeah, go back to the ingredients, please. Can we see that, what the ingredients are? I'm sorry.
Health nut.
Down a little bit. Filtered water, brewed tea, caramel color. Oh, that would
I don't love that.
potassium.
Caramel color. What am I drinking?
Potassium sorbate. There's preservative.
That's a preservative.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you
not
got,
good.
You got caramel color, which is just food dye, I assume, right? Nothing too bad, right? Even though I've heard some of these colors are really the problem.
Yeah, not great.
And then potassium sorbate, which is a preservative. I'm sure that's okay.
And then why is dehydrated piss one of the ingredients in there too?
Yeah, I didn't know they were doing that. What animal is that from?
Yeah, good question,
AJ.
Humans.
Well, hey. Patches O'Houlihan got himself a long way drinking that.
That's right.
And Shregs is now an Emmy Award winner. So, I mean, it turns out A.J. Hawk, it led him to be the all-time leading tackler for the Packers.
So,
what did?
Drinking your own urine.
Mm-hmm. Remember?
Oh, okay.
Ice cold glass
Yep,
of piss
I remember
every
this
night.
What do you cool with that? What do you put it in the freezer?
No, put ice cubes in it. What do you
On
mean?
ice. Don't act like you don't know.
Imagine how quickly ice cubes would melt in a big glass of piss.
Tell us.
That's when you put ice
So
in coffee,
fast.
brother. That happens. But just like, did you see Stanford Steve ordered something similar to D-Bud on our plane? I did not expect that. Did you see what they ordered? I think it's pretty similar to your order. D-Bud asked for just like basically give me 4 shots of tequila with ice.
A glass of tequila.
Yeah, just a glass of tequila with ice. I'm like, are you putting anything in there? He's like, no.
Oh, shit.
AJ, you told us that you used to do that of piss, right? It was like you get the square ice
Yep.
in the thing.
Yeah, with the big cube, please.
I forgot the tequila on the
No,
plane.
actually make ice cubes out of pee. That's the other thing.
Oh, that
too.
was supposed to be a gift.
Forgot
That
the
was a
DJ?
gift. That was a gift from me
I know where it's
to
at.
your wife.
I know where it's at. They're not going to find it. I'll get it on Wednesday.
They got to take apart the plane.
Somebody gifted me
Yeah, basically.
a big bottle of tequila, and it's like,
They're not going to find it.
I can't do that. I'm in a chapter of life I cannot be doing tequila. It's just it's a decision.
I didn't even consider there would be tequila or drinking involved in the run you guys just did.
Oh, brother, it's New Year's Eve.
we boozing.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Jack and Diet, for sure.
Yeah.
Couple
For
Maduka.
sure.
I had no
10 of those.
idea. I didn't even factor that in.
What do you mean you didn't factor that? It was fucking New Year's Eve.
We
For
weren't
3
driving.
hours straight, it was New Year's.
Shanks, you're going to be with us
Midnight.
in the Super
Yeah, we
Bowl.
did.
So
We had to celebrate New Year's Eve 3 different times, brother.
Yeah, we were fucked up.
To be clear, there were some very banged up people on that plane, I would say. There were some boozed up people. I could not. I did have a Jack and Diet to celebrate the situation. But then there was these little gummies that AJ was handing out.
You know.
Surprise gummies.
Hey, that was crazy. AJ was just like, look alive.
AJ was so
Yeah.
drunk. He
Open up.
put the parachute on. We had to like rip it off him. Like he was thinking
Yeah.
about jumping.
I'm going to pull it on the plane.
Living in the moment.
Yeah.
Think about him showing up in that moment. Whoa, how'd I get here? What were the previous moments?
What happens in this moment?
What led to this? Yeah.
All right, Tranks. Happy New Year, dude. We appreciate the hell out of you, man. We appreciate the hell
Thanks
out
so
of
much. You guys are the
Greg.
best. Thanks for bringing me and your family. I appreciate it.
you. We're lucky. We're very, very lucky for you. We can't wait for 2026. You need to do one of these runs with us. You should. It's a pretty wild time.
Are you going next week? Are you doing any of the games?
Both of them.
Both of them, brother. Both of them, brother. Arizona, then to Atlanta.
The Atlanta one is intriguing to me
The Atlanta one should be epic. I mean,
because you have 2 quarterbacks, and I'm a draft junkie, so Mendoza and Moore together is very intriguing to me.
yeah.
Second time.
And I don't want to say when you get eyes on Mendoza, it's a little bit of a different thing. His ass, his legs, he's a horse. Like
Don't look at the Adidas pants though.
Yeah, the Adidas pants. Shout out to Adidas being a part of that thing, Heisman weekend. And shout out to Adidas having Indiana and Miami.
Yeah.
So they're obviously in the dance in a big way. They've invested in college football, but they need to fix their fucking pants. I mean, the pants were loose on the quarterback. We can't have loose football pants.
No.
You know what I mean?
I might have to text old Mikey Foss and see if we can get me a little credential action here. This might be the move.
Rose Bowl, you would have had no chance. The Rose Bowl is 4 different. Have you
Atlanta,
ever
though.
heard about this? Have you heard about the Rose Bowl?
No. Is it like Fort Knox?
Yes.
Yes, they actually do have it. They have it locked down pretty good. Feel safe in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
certainly.
feel very safe in there, but it takes time. Like you got a schedule to get into that thing. It takes a long time. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Okay, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that is very much what it is. College football playoff, I think, has been, especially Emmy Award winning Peter Schrager.
Yeah.
Nah, you know.
In Atlanta? Went
He
to
went to
Emory.
school.
I love Atlanta.
Yeah.
I love Atlanta.
Is Emory in Atlanta?
Oh, yeah.
Georgia Tech, look out. Emory's knocking.
Yeah, they are.
Got a lot of money. They can maybe
We're coming.
you guys might be able to build a football team. Yeah. All right.
Bingo.
Ladies and gentlemen, our friend. What are you doing? You're on the sideline tomorrow?
Yeah, sidelines tomorrow. I'm going to have a serious face on, a suit, a tie, a whole different guy.
We like both of them.
Yeah, we do.
Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Schrager. Do love Shrigs. All right, let's take a break. On the other side, we're going to make picks for the entire weekend slate, and then we're going to get the hell out of here for the greatest weekend of all time. Right, AJ?
Yep. Can't wait.
The amount of cocaine accusations that I've gotten over the last couple of days, this is when they really show up.
Mm-hmm.
This is when they
For
really,
you?
Yeah. Especially because I was like, I slept an hour and 40 minutes, and then I did game day down there, and then I had another hour and 40. People were like, this guy's got to be doing something. It's like, I regret to inform you, I've smelled said cocaine a couple of times. Not my speed. The trees somehow
keep me growing
There you go.
and going. And I don't know how, to be honest.
I don't either.
I've been looking into the science. I don't know if it's supposed to work that way, but I'm very grateful for it. I'm very grateful for it. But also, like, what a fucking great time to be alive. Honestly. Then I get home, I see Mackenzie. That's the first time I've got, like, she's obviously every day becoming more and more of a human. You know, like more human-y. The reactions, the responses, the questions.
She can see you on TV, too. She recognizes you on TV. That's got to be cool.
Boom. Like, that started to happen for real. Like, I think a couple months ago, maybe beginning of college football season, she would see me and, you know, Sam would be like, that's Dad. Like, I would see little videos and she'd, like, look up and point and say Dad, but I don't think she really, you know, I think it was like, now it's like, she like listening to me on TV. I'm like, that is so cool and crazy to think. And then when I get there, she tells me she saw me on TV, you know? It's like, I saw you at Dad game. That's what she calls it, Dad game. And it's like, yeah, you did see me at Dad game. Holy hell, I almost start crying, you know, at the entire thing. And then Bluey, this dog, yeah, I mean, he pissed on me immediately upon me getting into that house. Just so excited, I guess.
Better than him pooping on you, I guess.
I guess this is because he's excited and he likes me.
Yep. Yeah. Happy to see you.
He's this big.
Is he still growing?
He's never stopping. I don't think he's ever stopped. He might be Andre the fucking Giant at dogs. This thing might just keep going. As soon as I open that thing, 2, whatever it was, what time we get home?
Yeah, around 2:15.
15, whatever it was. Open the gate, get in up the stairs, you know. Shut that thing. I hear it before I see it. And it heard me come into the house, I guess. This thing gets itself out of its cage. It's so smart. This fucker is so smart. Gets himself out of his cage. Fucking opens the doors. This guy just puts his paws on the fucking handles, just opens the doors. We're going to have to get the fucking these handles.
Yep.
Because we got these handles and he just too easy pulls it open. This fucker pulls it open. Not just push doors he's opening. He's opening pull fucking doors. So think about that.
This guy.
He's
This guy's
unfucking
amazing.
believable.
He's going to be sleeping in your spot next time you come home, right? And you're going to pull the sheets back and he's right there just snoring.
I don't know if he sleeps, to be honest. I've never seen it. I don't know. If he was to sleep, that would be cool. He turned this corner, though, and he certainly was pumped. I mean, it was a full-on. And he comes flying in, turns that son of a bitch sideways so he can lay down, comes right at my feet, little shot at the shins, and then obviously just starts fucking pissing right on himself and anything.
Yeah.
It's just like, I need a fucking shield when I get in there. What up, dude? Good to see you. And he's never going to relax.
No.
If I don't fucking...
Trazodone, I guess.
Yep.
That's how you relax him.
What? What's it
Get to a
called?
break. Sound like a drug.
Trazodone.
You tranquilize him?
Yeah, it knocks him the fuck out.
Yep.
They wanted to do that to me as a kid. And my mom fought hard against it. You're not fucking just zombieing my kid, okay? So I refuse to do that to Blue for now. What's the name of it, though?
Trazodone.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got it as well.
Oh, yeah. Great for pups.
See you later.
Maybe I'm done being pissed on.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. This dog is awesome, but boy, he's got the juice. We'll be back. We're going to make the picks for the entire slate this weekend. Comes down to this for me and you, AJ.
Okay. Good. That's how it should be.
I'm 7-8-2. You obviously 8-7-2. We could end up completely tied on the season. That is how it's supposed to be.
Maybe. Yeah. Should come down to the wire. Which way am I? I can't see.
Otter way.
There you go.
It was your left hand, right? Yeah.
There you go.
Got it. Easy now. That's weird. Easy. Watch your hand. You're going low.
You were going low. That's where you took your hand. You were trying to guide me down, you weirdo.
Yeah.
That was fucking weird out of you, dude. I'm happy you're not potting anymore. All right, we'll make the picks. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. Take 5.
Who is Pat McAfee?
I'm Pat McAfee.
Talks too much.
A little crazy at times.
Energetic.
Give me Alabama to break home.
Hardest working dude I know.
He's an absolute force of nature.
We didn't stop.
There was a point in my life, all I could think about doing was professional wrestling.
Oh my God!
I
really didn't know what to expect.
Doesn't sit still, gets out of his seat.
You are anti-American!
I found out Pat was a rock star that weekend.
And right then, right there, I quit my job.
A very talented guy, very entertaining.
There was a point in my life when all I could think about doing was being a comedian.
Listen, I enjoy being a punter, but not every fucking series, dude.
Some of the most absurd shit.
In the locker room, that was kind of the guy for us. He was kind of our voice almost.
You know, I could give a shit about who the hell the punter for the Colts is.
He brings the juice all the time to anything that he's doing.
We got a cannon!
We're going to increase our output of content by 10,000%.
How am I going to commentate when A, you can't hear me, I'm delayed on what I say, and when I do speak, you guys just keep going like I didn't say anything. Like, what am I doing? I got to re-examine my whole life.
We had my heart pounding there for the first little while.
And just kicking the ball against the house.
No way in hell am I going to live in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Nobody can move the crowd like he can.
The cigarette selling came up.
It's really his money.
There was a point in my life when all I could think about was being an actor.
This is your principal speaking. Magic happening everywhere. Because of who? Me.
You know, he's one of my best friends.
And it was the best decision I've ever made in my life.
It's been a hell of a ride.
Probably the best decision I've ever made in my life.
Now I think I found my true love, and I want to be like a talk show host. It's what I want to do. I love talking to people. I love learning things about people. I think people want to tell you a story, and you just got to get it out of them. This should be good.
Smoking on some new green, changing up routine, gratitude, truly.
I'm all the way in Eugene, smoking on some new green, changing up the routine, gratitude, truly. Feel like new school, Dean, life's pretty cool, G3 jobs, few beans, tank top, blue jeans.
So this is insane, I'm the 5th guy ever to ride this motorcycle. It's a 1996 Fat Boy. They've been doing it since 1999. It's called the Leader of the Quack.
You can call me the leader of the quack right now. Quack, quack, quack.
The guy currently, his name is Matt. He's a dog. He's wearing a different jacket today. And he told me to wear the one he's wearing. This is a Grateful Dead one, so I'm going to wear this one. Leader of the Quack coming in 3, 2, and...
Move shots, view screens, movie star, 2 scenes, bank account, juicy, cancel, you made, ugly man, spooky, folks watch, Lucy's hating folks, dookie, yeah, you waiting for. Yeah, you waiting for, dookie, yeah, you waiting for, dookie. Yeah, I'm up here in Eugene, smoking on some new green, checking out some new scenes. And you waiting for...
Were you the one that I beat the hell out of tic-tac-toe and Rochambeau?
I just beat him at tic-tac-toe. Hook, line, and sinker. You're the worst tic-tac-toe player of all time.
Yeah, get out. Undefeated. Completely different. You guys came down to the thing.
Got him! Make me wanna put my hands up and hang my heels up and smoke some trees. Give me the Oregon Ducks to get a huge win today. A little bit softer now, 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 a little bit louder 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 now.
Don't let that shit happen again today.
Oh yeah, man. Oh, get it. Oh my God. Oh. Thanks, bro. Okay. Hey.
Why?
Let's go. This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink.
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this magical Feel Good Friday, January 2nd, 2026, hour 3 of the program begins now. Football is glorious. That's college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, and all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, A.J. Hawk. Great work by Bill on the music there.
Yeah. Yeah. Good job, Bill.
Just a little touch, you know. Bill flipped that thing down earlier like it was, you know. What if Bill does just kind of casually put on a helmet somewhere and he DJs, you know, around town?
He does. It's just with skulls. Splitting them.
That's the Doctor's Table at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. He's not a killer.
Yeah, whichever poor human's the most drugged up and doesn't know where they're at, he takes them back. And
That's not true. That's one half of the hammer. Cowboys AP10. That is all said in jest. That used to be the story about Bill McComas that was being told all the time by basically everybody in Thunderdome. So much so that you had to wonder if it was actually happening. Why is there so much? And then we saw Bill McComas start attacking the days as if he was an elite operator. Guys started doing 3-a-day workouts. Have we seen this?
I love this.
3-a-day workouts. He's still in the middle of doing it. Had to join a 24/7 gym so he could get another workout at night. Him and Rip Rogers are competing in there for the most amount of time spent in the 24-hour gym. And he's got this mustache. He's got new fits. He's been wearing new fits.
Slop portions are smaller and smaller.
That's right. Still smell.
Sure.
The slop does still smell. But what is happening is it's fueling an absolute beast. Hey, Bill, we appreciate the evolution of who you have become. And thank you for stepping in for the audio today and the graphics. You've done great.
Well done, William.
What's up, Bill?
He didn't say hi. Thank you.
He does not want to try and unmute his mic.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he's not looking for that button.
Could potentially mute everybody. See?
Yep, exactly.
Just like that. So now you're... Oh, really? Oh, Bill was holding this against you. Are you back?
Bill, okay.
Okay, so
Let's
you're
not
back.
be a petty son of a bitch, Bill.
Oh,
please.
Bill's maybe kind of getting comfortable back.
He is.
How about the power he potentially has now, he feels? Oh, I don't like what you're saying. Let's go ahead and slide that thing all the way down. That's unbelievable. I haven't really heard that all day. Has he been doing it all
I don't know.
day?
It's kind of a thing to do.
Oh, wait a minute, Bill.
I know Bill doesn't like Tony.
How do you know that? Just because of that move? Right
Yeah,
there?
well, and just I think this weekend, Bill, every once in a while, I was like, man, is Bill going to slug Tony in the stomach right
Really?
now?
They're kind of getting into it?
Yeah, I didn't know why. Maybe it was just,
No, it's a one-way situation.
Oh, see, look, you're no
I
longer
love Bill.
muted. He
I
brought
love
you
Bill.
back. Bill just brought you back. So that's very nice. And you are gone.
there he is.
Wow, easy come, easy go in Bill's eyes, especially if you're going to try to get into a fight with him whenever we're traveling for New Year's Eve. Is that what was he calling him? Fat? He's not fat. He's
no,
jacked.
it wasn't that. I don't know.
No, one way he was coming at me. I just took it. Like, 'cause I know what he would do to me.
What was it? What would that be? Bend you like a pretzel? Oh, okay. He didn't even want to tell you. He didn't want us to find out. Okay. I appreciate that, Bill. Thank you for not exercising your power for the rest of the show today. That was very kind of you for doing it.
Yeah, it was.
He saved it for now.
Thanks,
That's
Bill.
very kind. And Nick, once again, we hope you're okay.
Absolutely.
We have an update, right, from Nick? He texted?
Yeah, he said thanks.
Oh, he did? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Did he say he's going to be super positive?
Yeah, I believe that was the main sentiment. Thanks, boys. Can't wait to see you all on Monday with big smile.
Okay.
All right. New year, new Nick.
That is. New year. And how about new you? Maybe you sign up for a little bit more digital safety with McAfee.
Hell yeah.
More than an antivirus. Got a video coming from that. I think that's going to really shatter some records in the marketing departments. That one's maybe close to the most ridiculous video we've ever made.
It's up there.
Has to get approved right now by some companies, but boy, whenever that thing rolls out there,
it's good.
People are going to understand what they're missing whenever they don't download the McAfee app, which will protect you, all of you, the digital version of you more specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Also provide VPNs for safe surfing on public Wi-Fi.
That's huge. It's
big.
That is big.
Scam detection, easily screenshot a link or a picture that you get or a text that you get or an email that you get, just kind of pop it right in there and they'll respond. Don't you fucking think about hitting it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they'll say fucking in there, though.
You never know.
Is that an option?
That'd be cool.
Could be.
Maybe.
So they used to be antivirus, AJ. You remember McAfee antivirus?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's computer. Adam, we're going to fight bugs for you. Hey, first coder, maybe. I don't know. Marketing.
Big first antivirus software, right?
Yeah, it definitely was. For all the computers during the big boom, so they were everywhere. So obviously they have all this tech, they have all this vision, they have all this forethought. John McAfee has his story. He moves on. How's the company continuing to do it? They decide, we should start protecting people digitally because there's so much out there. It's really impressive what they do.
Especially if you haven't been,
Paying
aware
attention
for the
at all.
last 10 years from the last time I had, McAfee on my laptop.
Well, even now, though, you sign up, AJ, you sign up for this app, and it'll immediately scan the device you're on for something, anything that's in there trying to get you. The Wi-Fi you're on, obviously. That's a big part. I didn't know the Wi-Fis were as dangerous. Okay, whenever
People, don't they get on there? They can steal all your stuff if you get on public Wi-Fi?
Yes, I learned that through the conversations with the McAfee folks. They're like, VPNs for whenever you're on public Wi-Fi is a big deal. And I'm like, VPN, so if I want to pick up a show without paying for it, right? That is kind of what a VPN is, kind of put me somewhere else if I want to do it. They're like, I guess, but also it is a blocker basically for this Wi-Fi. So you're just basically here instead of going directly to it, so it kind of takes the thing away. It's like a shield basically for these public Wi-Fi where people can get in easily and I guess just snatch it. And then during that initial scan, they'll also tell you if your shit's been breached. It's really fascinating. It is really, I'm telling you, this has been a big development for my life, especially in the world that we're in right now. Everybody's getting texts that look real. Everybody's getting emails. Everybody's getting all this shit. People are able to hack into whatever, whenever. It's just our natural thoughts now, I think, in 2026.
For sure.
You should at least let McAfee find out where it's happening, if it's happening, and try to protect it a little bit. And that's all they're trying to do.
Very easy to use. A lot of this stuff sounds confusing. A lot of words, acronyms. I didn't know what they mean. And then you get on the app. It's all very right in front of you, easy to use. That was my biggest takeaway.
Well, Bruce was in there since the beginning of these conversations with the McAfee people. I told them straight to their faces, I'm not signing up for any confusing shit. So if this is confusing, I just won't be able to push it. I just want to let you know that because I personally will not do it. And they're like, no, easy, convenient. And what an upbeat bunch, the McAfee people. Nice. I'm telling you, they're active in the Zoom or the Teams. They're sending responses, reactions while you're talking. They're muted, and we're getting thumbs up coming on the screen from somebody I've never even met. Hey, Helen just sent in a thumbs up while I'm speaking. It's okay, all right, instant response.
I don't have any hackers, and they're not worried about it.
Exactly. Very, very passionate about what they do, too. Very, very passionate bunch. I feel like they're carrying the torch of the McAfee into the next one, and we're lucky to be a part of it. It makes sense we should be McAfee.
Certainly.
It feels like it should be.
It's a nice alignment.
It is a nice alignment. And also in the world that we're in, you fucking need it. Mm-hmm. That's what I realized through the conversation with them. So thank you to them for taking care of this for me.
Oh, yeah.
And also, I think if you could put a bank account, I guess, because people are hacking you.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, same thing.
And it's people acting like they'll arrest you if you don't do it. They put a lot of pressure. These days, they got a lot of leverage on these people. And AI is making things look more real. Ooh, scary times.
Speaking of, Grok needs some McAfee help in his life.
He's getting hacked.
The internet is just taking advantage of Grok and doing just
What do you mean?
Unfathomable, thinkable things to Grok.
I remember the one time people were asking him a lot of questions and he was giving answers in one specific order, and then the CEO or the president stepped down the next day.
But now all the porn weirdos.
Sorry, just left.
Have gotten
all the porn weirdos.
All the porn weirdos have taken advantage of Grok recently.
What do you mean, all the porn weirdos?
Just the horniest imaginable people on the internet have just taken advantage of Grok.
Okay, so Grok added the Photoshop, right, or something like that?
Yeah.
Like, that did happen over the last week or two, right? That was a big announcement for Grok, I think.
Yeah, so every reply is now on Grok's actual page is the problem.
Okay, so whenever it was announced that Grok has access to the highest level of Photoshop now and make it easier for you.
The first thing human beings did was say, hey, take this person's clothes off. And Grok has to listen and do it.
And that's what happened?
Yeah.
Messed up.
But
that does sound pretty fucking wild. Who would be monitoring that? Is that something that somebody would have to corral Grok into stop doing?
Elon, I assume.
So then they make an AI version of the naked person at because how do they know? They don't have
Grok,
actual
I assume
naked
Grok
pictures
just-
of that person,
Yeah,
right?
Grok just guesses to the best of its ability.
Oh, that can't be allowed. That sounds really fucked up.
Yeah, I told you. They need it.
Well, I don't know, Tony. You probably get there and make him give you a 12-foot dong. You probably post that out there.
I mean, there's probably some positives that have happened.
That'd
through
be
it all.
sick.
A 12-foot dong? That feels too big. Don't you think? That feels. That feels.
That would affect your
I didn't want to
day-to-day,
counter
for
argue
sure.
him, though.
That feels. That would be sick. Just thinking of a. I mean, I guess you'd be actually tying that thing up.
You got it wrapped
basketball.
around
Throw
your
it
shoulder
over your shoulder.
Like a
fire hose.
Like a hose.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You're doing this one.
Yeah, the
like
extension cord.
Yeah, you're doing this.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a good nickname, though.
They're wearing it like a necklace.
Extension cord?
So are you doing? Yeah, it is actually. So you're doing this here, and then you're just. Turtlenecking?
Part of your outfit.
All right.
Your outfit.
I mean, that's not good, though. I don't like that. They should corral the shit out of that. That should be something that has to happen. Because there is some incredible things that AI is able to do with pictures, obviously. Like, hey, can you remove this? Can you move this? Can you clean up this? Can you fix this? Yeah, can you make this more HD? Yes. Can you add that? Like, they've done. I mean, I was on a Texas oil field one time.
Yeah.
That was really one of my only times dabbling with the AI picture thing. Had smoke on. Didn't put my my rings back on, though. So my hands were off.
Oh.
Hands look similar. Hands were off. Right before posting photos, see that the hands don't have wedding ring on or baby girl's hair tie. And I immediately have almost the anxiety of, 1,000 super anxiety people.
Sure.
So then I have to add my own wedding ring on the photo. Then I put it up, and all anybody notices, obviously, is that an edited photo? It is. Let's make the pics. It's a wild time to be alive. Grok can't be doing that.
No.
That sounds
Agreed.
fucking crazy. Week 18 is a big one. Last week of the season. Last Feel Good Friday of the regular season of the NFL. We made it. We did it. Got through the entire
yeah.
Saturday, 4:30 on ESPN. Peter Schrager will be there. Dan Orlovsky, I assume, as well. The Carolina Panthers will take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Carolina Panthers win, they get the NFC South title. Tampa Bay wins and Atlanta loses, Tampa Bay gets the NFC South title. If Tampa Bay wins and Atlanta wins, Carolina gets the NFC South title. So congratulations to whoever wins this and gets a home title game. It could be the Carolina fucking Panthers. Congratulations to them. Tampa Bay is favored by 3 at home. Baker, definitely banged up, says Schrager. Who do you like? How do you like it, AJ?
I was thinking Carolina early, but Bake and with Schrags telling me that the receivers, people seem pretty healthy. Give me Tampa Bay here -3.
Okay, I would say Carolina +3 down there. Let's go to the next one. Saturday Night Football for the number 1 overall NFC seed on ESPN at 8 p.m. Seattle favored by 1.5, traveling into the Super Bowl site, Santa Clara, California, the home of the San Francisco 49ers and one of the most dynamic offenses the world has ever seen. AJ, who do you like? How do you like it? Seattle's favored by 1.5.
So I have a good feeling. I'm guessing that you like San Fran at home here. I'm taking Seattle. I have faith in Sam Darnold and the crew. So give me Seattle. Why is Seattle favorites though on the road here?
Maybe
Kittle and Trent.
Kittle playing though, right?
Is Trent out?
What was? Yeah, I thought Shefty said it's still up in the air for both of them, unless I missed it.
No, he said Kittle playing.
Okay.
It was Trent and
Pearsall.
Pearsall.
Pearsall, my bad.
Okay, so Trent, huge deal.
obviously. Not saying Pearsall's not. Trent Williams, once in a generation left tackle, who is a massive piece of their entire offense, not playing is a huge deal. You like Seattle -1.5, AJ?
I do, yes.
You think I would like the Niners? Why do you think I like the Niners? Just because I've seen Brock?
I mean, just because they've been playing so well. Brock Purdy has been on fire. Like the San Fran is very good right now.
How's Seattle been playing? They're up for the #1 seed in the NFC.
Pretty good.
Offense not great.
Beat the shite out of the Panthers.
They are 7-1 straight up and against the spread on the road this season.
Oh yeah, I forgot they're road warriors.
Yep.
Hawk and animal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Seahawks.
Oh.
Congratulations to them getting the #1 seed.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, I don't know this one. This one's
You're
tough.
going to take the Niners.
you know.
You're going to go back to the Niners. You know that.
I'll take San Francisco for it. I mean, what am I? No, I like McDonald maybe in this thing. Remember, on the road, he's super locked in. We got to do a coin toss here. Okay, if it's on this side, Jack Carr with the 2 axes. Okay,
Strength and honor.
that'll be the C.
Right into the sound of the guns.
That'll be the C.
Are you going to catch it and flip it under your hand, or what are you going to do?
Yeah, I'll probably do thumb toss, catch, flip over to here. This one will actually be the Seahawks because there's green on it. Cry havoc and let slip. The frogs of war.
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll be the Seahawks.
Couple frogmen.
And then run to the sound of the guns.
Yeah.
Okay, will be the Niners.
Nailed it.
Okay, and there's axes.
The Winkler axes.
The Niners.
That's how they got the gold.
pickaxe.
That's how they got the gold, yeah.
Exactly. Not these axes for killing. We're talking about gold axes back in the day. I think this is a pick 'em, actually. We'll let Jack Carr figure it out.
He's never been wrong.
Did Magic Johnson get to flip the coin? He didn't. He was just standing there?
Yeah, he was just
And the coin wasn't heads or tails. It was like this.
Yeah, team, yeah.
Why Magic Johnson should flip that coin?
I don't know why the hell you make him walk.
Well, he's a
out there.
Big Ten guy, so they didn't want him to,
Yeah, but imagine if Magic.
Sure.
No look.
Yeah, something
sick.
like that.
Behind the back, yeah.
We'll never know. Now we'll never know what he would have done or could have done. Go on, Jack Carr.
Strength and honor.
This is the San Francisco 49ers.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. I mean, Jack,
Never been wrong.
guy's a great rider.
Great, the best.
Started the 8th book yesterday.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yep.
He announced that?
Yep. His next novel's coming out in like May, I think.
James Reese 8.
So much whiskey just being housed by him right now.
Oh yeah.
Just cleaning up.
Mm-hmm.
I need to do it. What a weapon. Thank you for your service, Jack Carr.
Thank you, Jack.
And for picking the Niners. Let's go. The Green Bay Packers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings favored by 7.5. Is that right?
Yeah.
Clayton
Yeah,
Tunes
Packers
goes.
aren't playing anybody. They can't. They have the 7th seed locked up. Love is out of the protocol, but Clayton Tune's going to be starting at quarterback.
71% of the money are on the Green Bay Packers at plus 7.5. That's because people don't know that everybody's not playing for the Green Bay.
Definitely.
And Minnesota also has they've already shut down a few players themselves.
Oh, really? Who have they shut down?
Christian Darrisaw, highest paid player on the offensive line for sure. I don't know if they shut down the other 2 higher paid players, but can't imagine Justin Jefferson's playing, although he's like 50 or 60 yards from 1,000.
J.J. McCarthy has no injury designation. Will start on Sunday per Kevin O'Connell, says Kevin Seifert, I think. Seifert. We appreciate Kevin Seifert's contributions. I'll take the Minnesota Vikings minus 7.5. AJ, you like the Packers plus 7.5?
Give me the Packers. I think they either win or they find a way to cover. Is anyone else not? Is Packers defenders playing?
They haven't really said anything other than LaFleur just kind of said, like, we're going to be sitting a lot of guys. But, some guys got to play. I don't know for how long, but.
I just want to let the world know, for the sake of gamblers out there, it feels like we need to know more about who's doing what when. Okay. I feel like I'd like to know a little bit more about who's doing what when.
Let's just stay away from the games like this one that don't mean dick.
Okay, let's not pick this one then. Sweet. Titans, Jags. This matters. Jags win. They win the AFC South. They're favored by 13.5. Who do you like, AJ?
A lot of points, but I like the Jags.
Give me the Jags as well. Colts, Texans. Texans win, Jags lose. Texans win AFC South and have home playoff game. They're favored by 10.5 against Riley Leonard and the Indianapolis Colts. Who do you like? How do you like it, AJ?
I think Riley could, he might have a little bit of magic, but I like the Houston Texans here.
I'll tell you what, I haven't seen the defense do much. Okay.
No, you know you haven't.
I have not.
Sauce is out.
Who's out?
Sauce.
They shut down the dudes as well.
Yeah, I'll take the Houston Texans favored by 10.5. Browns, Bengals favored by 7.5 at home. Will Myles Garrett get it done? That's really the only conversation about whether or not they'll win. We don't know. Shedeur Sanders, though, this guy's got something special up there in Cleveland.
Yeah, we'll see how the Bengals, what their game plan is.
This game doesn't matter, right?
No.
We move. Sorry. Hey, yeah, good luck, though. Good luck to them. Cowboys, Giants, this game does not matter.
Nope.
We move. Mike McCarthy's name has officially been listed as exploratory options for the New York Giants' next head coaching vacancy. Do we like that, Bruce, or no?
Oh, we fucking love it. Need Coach Mike in New York.
GM's not going anywhere, though, so is Mike okay with that? Or?
No, we like our guys. To be honest, I actually like our guys against the Cowboys, and Joe Shane's going to be at the press conference saying that he likes our guys right after the season ends.
Okay, we've heard that one before, haven't we? There's like a lot of people that are picking the guys and paying the guys are saying that they like the guys. No shit. You guys like the guys. We know you like the guys. You're the ones paying them. Obviously, Saints-Falcons has a little bit of intrigue because if the Falcons win and the Bucks win, the Carolina Panthers get in. Doesn't matter that the Bucks win. If Atlanta loses and the Bucks win, Bucks get in. If Carolina wins, doesn't matter across the board. So Saints, Falcons, -3.5. Falcons can't win the division, but they can certainly take it away from the Buccaneers.
I like the Saints here. I like Tyler Shuck. I mean, this guy is, I think he's a future superstar maybe.
Is Atlanta playing people?
I would assume so. I mean, they did last week, back to back. I mean, the Saints have been out forever, and they've been playing everybody, so I don't see why they wouldn't. Shucks back to back 300-yard games, so yeah.
Who do you like, Conman?
I think the Saints hate the Bucks so much that they are going to throw everything possible at Atlanta to get the job done. So Carolina goes either way.
Okay, so I'll take the Saints +3.5. That's a crazy pick because of what we just saw the Falcons do. But who do you like, AJ?
I like the Saints here.
Okay, that's crazy. Dolphins, Patriots, potential #1 seed implications on the line here, depending upon what the Broncos do. Patriots favored by 10.5. Who are they playing? They're playing Spin the Quinn Ewers?
Spin the Quinn Ewers, from what it sounded like from Shefty, Donovan Edwards, Jalen Wright, Ollie Gordon running the rock. A lot of guys coming back from injury for New England. Probably going to get some time to just get that rust off before the playoffs.
Gumpy, classic AFC East battle here, brother. What are your thoughts on your Dolphins?
Finn Ewers will keep it tight. Jalen Wright can pound the rock. Ollie Gordon could still keep it moving. O-line should be playing. Only word would be I think Aaron Brewer might be out, our center. He's probably our best player. If he doesn't play, we could be in trouble.
Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel told reporters it looks good for left tackle Will Campbell and D tackle Milton Williams to be activated off injured reserve for Sunday's game versus Dolphins. Big boost ahead of the playoffs with two of their best trench players in Williams and Campbell returning. That's a good piece of information from Cameron Wolf. Are you with Win Ewers, AJ, or are you with the New England Patriots?
I will take the New England Patriots on this one.
You like Drake, May. I like the thought of Drake MVP, Drake, May as well. I think they're dominant. I don't like the whole,
the Stafford stuff?
No, not only that. Now, maybe Christian McCaffrey needs to win this thing over Drake May. It's like, what? So
I'm fine with it, honestly.
It's because he's 23, you think? Is that what he's too young? We don't know yet. It's not proven. He's not like a staple in the NFL.
The award and the people who vote on it fucking suck.
No, you do not suck.
Sorry, Tony, but like the whole Orlovsky thing, and I think that's what is interesting for me is like the whole Orlovsky. Let me stand on this, mountain and scream for Matt Stafford, and then the people who are kind of exposing not just Dan, but like, hey, this guy works for this company, and this company also represents these people, so it would benefit everybody in this one particular portion for one person to win, and then every year it changing. Like if there were set things every year, and those
whenever you start doing that, you lack the reality of like people just making decisions and having like a stubbornness about it.
Yeah, and those people
saying
suck.
whatever they want to say.
That's what
prove it right.
That's what I mean. And those people.
But I think a lot of people piece together. Like I saw the tweet about CAA and all that shit and everything. Which, once again, we have friends at CAA. We have friends at WME. We have friends at UT. We do business with people, so we kind of know them. And I think agents certainly have a lot more say in what's being said on TV, as opposed to everybody wants to kind of always kill producers. Always like don't talk about this, don't talk about this, don't talk about this. A lot of people kill producers for that, and it's certainly them as well. But I think agents do have some say in like what address, what doesn't get it, how it gets addressed. I wonder if they're just telling them to vote for their people, though. That would be crazy if that was happening, and you would hope that it would sniff it out, especially with the transparency of the ballots. Especially with the transparency of the ballots. But then you're just assuming every human just buys into whatever they're being told to do, and then you start thinking to yourself, well, will humans do that? They would. Wait a minute. I hope not. And then you start spiraling into, does this even matter? It does. Okay? And we can never forget about that. It very much matters. So, Tone, whenever you're making your vote with all your connections.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was about to say, my agent, my only agent, is my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Who's he like this year?
He loves Drake May.
Yeah.
That's Gumpy
Amen.
carrying his water.
Oh, there's a couple gallons back there?
Yeah.
I just think just trying to write off a game, everybody's saying if that game didn't happen, well, it did. The guy threw 3 picks and blew the number 1 seed in the NFC.
In the strength of schedule thing, we literally talk about every year, every single week. Like you can lose any game.
These are all professionals.
Yeah.
And then the common opponent. That was the one that was just sitting on the screen right there. What would this guy be like with their schedule? We know. That's what happened in those 6 games. There's 11 other games. It's like, all right.
No one brings up the above 500 stuff, so that's weird.
What are you doing? Is that what you're doing? Is that what you're voting off of?
I'm just pissing Connor off is what I'm doing.
Well, you're an actual voter. Let's make sure we take these things serious and not just piss off people from a particular region of football town.
Me doing that is not putting any names on papers.
Yeah, you're right. Transparency, because we're going to see what you did.
That's right.
And you're going to have to be able to sleep at night.
Yeah, I will.
Will you be able to?
Always.
See, that's not good either. We need somebody that can't sleep at night sometimes, whenever a mistake is made. I don't know how we're going to find these people, but we need to find them. Tony, you better take this shit serious.
Always do.
What if Drake lays an egg this weekend, throws 3 picks against the Miami Dolphins defense?
Tough defense.
Then he doesn't
no
get
one's
it?
talking about that, That Dolphins defense been good pretty much all season.
Which one's your favorite? Quinn the Spin?
Spin yours?
Fin yours?
Fin yours, Quinn yours. I don't give
yours,
a shit. Just win. Yeah, I mean, I'm all in on Quinn right now, but that could change next week. That's kind of as a Dolphins fan, anything could happen right now. And that's just the world we're living in.
All Yins don't do is win yours.
Yeah.
It's
all about the you, baby.
Hey, they're a good football team. Could they beat the Dolphins? All right, let's not do those conversations. Because that goes back to what we were talking earlier with the Drake May strength of schedule thing.
Yeah.
The NFL is the NFL. Let's never forget that. And on that note, I don't like that there's open campaigns happening against Drake May's having we should be celebrating what the fuck Drake May did here. This is like Josh Allen last year. Like, hey, Josh is doing some special stuff, and then we got a lot of people just starting to attack it all. I guess that's just kind of the game that's played.
I think they should all be celebrated.
Great. See, they're up for the fucking MVP.
Mm-hmm.
They're not the least valuable.
Exactly.
They're not averagely valuable.
They should all be celebrated.
They're all super duper valuable. SDB VPs.
They've all had really good seasons.
Super duper valuable players.
Exactly.
But who is the most valuable?
Only our Lord and Savior knows.
The olds are going to vote for Stafford because he hasn't got one is what's going to happen. And I don't know, is there anything wrong with that? Who knows?
Sounds like you think there's something wrong with that.
I would say, just because people think he's probably owed one because he should. Matthew Stafford, in the grand scheme of things, should have an MVP in his career.
We agree.
But just not this year, in my opinion.
And you don't have a vote?
Yeah, nothing.
Who's your agent, though? You're trying to, aren't you?
I can't disclose that.
Oh, yeah, of course. All right, let's get to the next one. I got the Patriots minus 10.5. So do you, AJ?
Yep.
Bills, Jets, does this matter?
For the
Josh
Bills.
Allen's not playing.
Doesn't matter. Kansas City Raiders, that was fun. Hey, good on you, Trav. Whatever you decide to do. Lions, Bears, does this matter?
Yes, Bears need to win to hold on to the 2 seed because if the Bears lose and the Eagles win, the Eagles go to 2, Bears go to 3.
Okay, I will take the Bears minus 3. AJ, who do you like? How do you like it?
I will take the Bears minus 3 as well.
Philadelphia minus 4.5. Still some seeding, it sounds like.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're playing everyone, though.
Who's
It might be a very similar situation to New England where they play for a quarter or so and then, hey, let's check some scores. Okay, maybe Tanner McKee can get this thing done against the Commies.
4.5 point favorites. AJ, who do you like? How do you like it?
Man, these are tough ones, but I like Philly here.
I like Philly as well. Cardinals, Rams, doesn't matter. Chargers, Broncos. Obviously, Broncos can lock down a number 1 seed. Chargers seemingly not playing anybody.
Just going back, Hurts is sitting.
Hurts is sitting.
Yeah.
I'll take the Washington Commanders plus 4.5.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Chargers, Broncos. Broncos can get the number 1 overall seed. They're favored by 12.5. Chargers not playing Herbert and potentially not playing other good players. Is that accurate? Is 12.5 enough, AJ?
Yeah, give me the Broncos minus 12.5.
I'll take them as well. And then the Baltimore Ravens playing the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday Night Football.
Here we go.
The Ravens favored by 3.5 going into Acrisure. Hey, Tone, what's Mike Tomlin's record as an underdog against the Ravens?
Since 2020, it's 7-1 against the spread and 7-1 straight up.
3.5 point dog at home. Aaron Rodgers, people talking about, is this going to be his last season? So this will be his last game if they were to lose?
That's correct.
Does that not have a fresh mindset? Teej back with a brand new lung. Mike Tomlin obviously understands the loudness outside. At home in front of, Then Derrick Henry just went absolutely crazy. Lamar Jackson, first time he's been healthy all week, all season, basically. Baltimore Ravens can have a home playoff game. Favored by 3.5. Is the defense good enough to stop Artie Smith? Wow. Is the offense able to move against the Pittsburgh Steelers defense? What happens here? In a case of, if we win, we have a home playoff game and maybe win the Super Bowl. And if we lose, tear it down. We need something new. AJ, who do you like? How do you like it?
I like the Steelers here. I like Teej is back. New lung, as you said. So, yeah, Steelers plus 3.5, absolutely.
I'll be doing the same. I'll take the Pittsburgh Steelers plus 3.5 at home just strictly because they can't get beat 4 times in bad ways at home in a season, right? And still be worth it.
Anything's possible.
Anything is possible.
You guys can win the Super Bowl.
After you laid out the path, yeah.
I like the Steelers. Do you like the Steelers?
Yes.
Let's get the hell out of here. Have an incredible weekend, everybody. We appreciate you all so much for joining us. We're lucky to do this. We understand that. The fact that it's existed all the way into 2026 is crazy. And on that note, we only started like 9 years ago as Evan Fox tries to get in all the DoorDash LREPs that we were
I'm trying over here.
supposed to put those up. He just took it down and put it back up. Tell him it was 2. Tell him it was 2. It was clearly down. It was clearly down. We would like to let you know, DoorDash is the greatest. You understand that. Scan the code. It's the whole thing. Good work back there, Foxy. Supposed to do it 3 times an hour. You know, we do a long thing. We do a long thing. It happens. AJ, have you seen these shoes I'm wearing? These would have been a good part of your little Goof Troop costume you had for that New Year's Eve.
Just stick them up for the camera. Let me see.
All right. Yeah.
A little Goof Troop. Oh, those are like, you're like 6'8" in those.
Yeah, they're Nike's version of the Hokas.
Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You rolling your ankles? You rolling your ankles at all?
You do feel like you're kind of falling off these things.
Jeez.
But I'll tell you what, when you're walking perfectly straight, like people are in their lives, I assume.
Yeah.
I assume there's not a lot of agility happening in day-to-day lives as we get the DoorDash thing over with. Congratulations, Foxy. You got the job done. 2026 would have been a complete miss for Foxy. Instead, he hits it. You do feel like you can really roll your way straight ahead on clouds.
Look nice.
Into wherever you're headed. They do got a much better design, I think, than I could have expected. I think I got these from Vandy. Shout out to Vandy for these. They were in the bus from the season. And, quick wrap-up of the season. What are these? I looked at them. I go, holy fuck, those are nice Hokas.
Wow. Yeah.
That's what I said. Those are really nice Hokas. I fucking grabbed them.
Oh, good shot.
Look at me.
I mean, so much cushion.
Yeah, so much. You see my pinky toe there. You see that? Yeah. That's not great. Those get a little painful on the outside. That's always my problem with any shoe. I need the wide boys. Because that pinky toe gets it. These ones have a little bit of a shark, a neckton
mentality.
Sure. Top. But I am walking on clouds.
They're cool.
It's because I get to do this every day with all you guys. I appreciate the hell out of you. Boys in the back, great work. Really good. Bill, way to step up today. The graphic design boys, way to go, boys.
Oh, yeah.
There you go, boys.
Zeke, incredible work on Thunderdome this week, buddy.
Very Zeke.
Mitt, way to go, dude.
Yep.
AJ, really good stuff out of you.
Thank you. You too.
Sorry you had to pot your way through Ohio State losing in the college football playoff, but it is what it is. That's college football. Happy 2026, everybody.
Be a friend, tell a friend, something nice. I might change your life. We're in this thing together. Team on me, team on three. 1, 2, 3.
Team.
Goodbye.